Hey, Marco, you ready for the totally awesome, coolest show ever?
Hey, you know what? I had a pizza with two friends, both names start with T, the other day for dinner. Uh, it wasn't bad, but I really do wonder like what the pizza place was.
What do you mean?
So
You
want
didn't
to talk
think
about
there
it
was a
later?
real pizza place? You think the pizza was
No,
a front?
like so.
Else?
Well, it was in Saginaw. It was in Saginaw, Dub.
Gotcha. So you went on.
Yeah, but I'm ready to go. I cleared that out of my bowels.
All right then.
Hey, so yeah, we could talk about that in a little bit, but
I just want to make sure that's what you meant when you were like, I think it was a pizza place, because I still have a long
So
belief
Saginaw,
that Radio Shack was a front for the mob. Radio Shacks weren't real stores because nobody bought anything from Radio Shack.
No, but I watched something. There's a new series that came out, and it reminded me of some
business. We
work.
Wires.
Probably review that show next week, and we can talk about it. But what I will tell you.
Did you freeze?
Did he say he's going to tell us? And he's
See, I can't talk about it. See what happened
froze.
there?
That's why.
Yeah. As soon as I started to say something, they froze me because they don't want me talking about it. But no, so Saginaw, there I went. Tony and Tone Rodriguez were in town. They were in Saginaw.
Dark Side logo there.
No, which was it's not the greatest of neighborhoods, but like
there
the place,
are your two T's.
Yeah, the two T's. So we hung out at this place, and it's a cool shop. Coy's Comic, cool shop. I showed you some of the prices for some of the stuff. They have a wide selection there. They had toys, dude. They had the flag. Listen to this. They had the USS flag, but they pieced it out. They sell in pieces. Yeah. So that was kind of cool. A bunch of cool stuff there. The people were really cool, except for they had cats in there. So of course my allergies were bunk.
Don't like
but
that.
Then they were nice enough to treat the boys to dinner, and the boys were like, "Hey, we're treating you to dinner." And I said, "Okay, so I guess we're all going to this pizza place." But when you walked into the pizza place, I couldn't tell what it was originally, but it definitely wasn't a pizza place. Like they had the railing, and then the two steps down, like almost like a dance floor, but it wasn't enough for a dance floor. And then I was trying to remember, was it like a buffet that maybe ran out of business or something to that? You ever been in one of those buildings where you're like, this is not what this building originally was?
Like, could it have been like an old like barbershop or haircut place that you used to walk down in? It was like a basement joint?
Maybe we'll look up pictures later and try. No. You walk in the front door, then you turn around, right? And you can either sit on the main floor area, or you could take two steps down, and they have wrought iron. Like, remember wrought iron where everybody had them on the porch?
Yeah, I got you. Okay, so there's
they had a wrought iron area out there. And that had a bunch of more. There was like all these people in Saginaw. It's the birthday spot. I mean, it's the birthday spot. But Saginaw's been hit hard. It still has. But shout out Draymond. You know what I mean? So, but no, it was good to catch those boys. But I was sitting there, and then Tone orders a white pizza, which was ricotta and mozzarella, and it actually was pretty good. It was like really damn good. So shout out that place. I'll try to figure out what it is later. But let's say hi to everybody.
Stuff in there. Usually the white pizza's got a nice little bit of garlic in there.
It does. Yeah. It was nice. It was very nice. It was a nice thing. It was good. Well, it's good to see the boy. Those guys are lunatics, bro. Like, I don't even understand. And that was before they went to Chicago and did their thing. But we'll have them on when they're done with their shit. They can talk about it. Always good to see the fellas. So shout out them.
Yeah, I'm still mad I missed them when they hit near me. But
they didn't. Oh no, I was mad. They didn't have a shirt for me either.
Oh, they run out.
I was like, "Hey man, what's up with the shirt?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, we had somebody who really wanted it, so we gave it to them instead." I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "For real?" They're like, "But we're gonna treat you to dinner." I was like, "Oh, that's cool." And then I come to find out that they treated me with a gift card that they received for doing work. So,
I mean, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good thing they got going on.
And then it was kind of funny because the girl knew there was something going on at the table. Oh, should we do this now or should we get it? So they're there and they're never going to come back to this place. And they're like, "Hey man, are you ever going to come back here?" I'm like, "It's Saginaw." Like, no, it's like an hour and 20 minutes from where I live. And they're like, well, they were so generous, this place, that they gave them such a large amount that like we couldn't fill our bellies up, and still like there's still a bunch left in the card. So they were like, hey, is there a way where you can just take the gift card and what's left on it and like whatever? And she's like, wait, she didn't understand what they were saying. And he's like, no, like you can have the rest of it. Like you can have the $30, like huge tip on it. It was like they gave her pretty much a 50% tip, right? So she's like, oh, that's really nice. She's like, Tone was trying to explain, like, we're never going to be back here because we're not from here. And then finally she goes, well, where are you from? And he said LA. And you would have thought she said Mars. And I was like, okay, well, that's kind of interesting. And then she's like, well, why are you guys out here in Saginaw? Which is a valid question.
Yeah.
Valid question. And they were like, oh, he and Ha, and like we draw these little comic books.
Painting
like
the picture of this place is like Doc Hollywood, like from Los Angeles.
Yeah,
like,
no. Oh no, she saw so she saw Los Angeles, her eyes went wide. Then they started saying how they draw comic books, and she didn't get it at all. And by the way, the comic shop, you could see the comic shop from this pizza place. And they're like, no, we were over there. And then she's like, over there drawing comics? And they're like, no, like we draw comics. And I go, hey, listen, they're famous. And she goes, oh, y'all are famous. You should have seen those boys sweat.
The comic book famous.
Red. What?
That's a comic book famous.
Yeah. It's like, oh, no. I go, yeah, have you ever heard of Marvel before? Yeah, he draws some Marvel stuff. So they ever hear DC, like Batman? And because they were saying Stray Dogs and stuff. And I go, Simpsons? She's like, yeah. I go, he draws Simpsons characters, Bart Simpson, all that stuff. And she, like, that was the end. That made her night. You would have thought Elvis Presley walked.
Telling that story now to somebody.
She's
customers.
Still telling that story.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
She's like, do you know who they are? They're famous. I was like, okay. Oh, the boys beat ass red. It was hilarious. All right. Hey, GTK Comics. Hey, what's up? Happy hump day, nerds. Thank you, Tommy Longbox. Let's do this. Oh, long one, dude. Good evening, friends. Marv. Good evening, sir. Thank you, friend. Ed LeBeau. Hey, kids. Hey. What do we got, Corgi? Person turquoise.
It's the YouTube
writing headphones.
Emojis.
Person turquoise writing headphones. Person turquoise writing headphones.
It's a little YouTube emoji. It looks like
I don't believe that bullshit because I went to the YouTube afterwards to see the squid, the octopus with the arms.
Yeah,
and it said the exact same thing I did. Smiley face, kapus, one arm. And
you
so this
on YouTube then because I can see it.
Well, why is the person holding a turquoise thing while writing on headphones?
I don't know. It's YouTube. It's one of theirs. It's not one of ours. I didn't make it.
I don't know what to tell you. Jeffrey, what's up? Hello, Rennavision. Catching the show on the work. Cool. Glad you're driving home. Too bad you had to work today.
You know what it is? It's not the emojis. It's the emotes.
Canadian
like you gotta hit that
cheese?
little button in the chat, maybe.
I don't know. What's Canadian cheese?
Curd? Cheese curd for...
I mean, like, is it Canadian bacon like ham? So is Canadian cheese like...
Yeah, I don't know what Canadian cheese.
Well, I'm just thinking it's for the fries.
Is it a porter? Is it a porterhouse or something?
Cheese curds in there.
Canada's not really known for cheese specifically that I know of.
Yeah, like bacon isn't really that. It's more of the ham part out of a chop. So I don't know. Hey guys. Hey, Constant Coin. No, it's not CC Pizza. I've never been to CC's before. No, the place was very good. I should shout out the place. I think it was called G's Pizza or something like that.
Oh, jeez. Well, they used to run those damn commercials all the time with the CC's with the Dreamweaver, and my son used to just sing the song because they kept playing the Wayne's World song.
Like Dreamweaver.
Yeah, exactly.
What's CC's gimmick? Is it like, wasn't it $3 all-you-can-eat pizza or something?
Yeah, it's buffet.
It's like, lamp style arcade pizza. Yeah, we just
so like Red Barons that they like frozen pizza that they just put out there.
It's Elios. We'll warm up your Elios and you can enjoy.
You know what the sad part was? I found out about Pizza Hut's buffet like the year they started closing down Pizza Hut buffets. Probably saved my life. I probably would be dead, but I went there like 5 times and then they closed the place down. So
yeah,
you can order whatever pizza you want. Huh?
So it's your fault.
Well, yeah, no, that's not. But so you know this thing, right? Like, was this a thing? You guys ate there a bunch, I would assume.
No.
I've been there a couple times, but I didn't really do buffets.
So I figured it out because
It's been
I was
decades.
cheap anyway, so I would never eat Pizza Hut because it was a more expensive pizza chain. But friend told me if you go do the buffet, which is cheaper than a pizza, you can pay for that, and then you could request a pizza for the buffet, and then you get to eat your pizza anyways.
Oh,
So of course I was like, yeah, fuck yeah,
I
baby.
like to order a pizza for the whole buffet, but I'll just take it to my table.
Yeah, no, that's what you would do. That you'd order the pizza, and then like you'd eat, like you go up there, and they'd be like, "Hey, your pizza's coming out," and you grab 4 slices, and there you go.
Dude, that sounds like something my buddy John would know. Like he always knew the workarounds and the cheapest way to get stuff. Be like, no, you don't do this.
Yeah. I had a couple. The Subway thing. Like I had a bunch of buddies that were like that.
You get the same.
Yeah, could have been like say 2 girls and a guy there. What?
2 guys, a
the
girl,
old
and a
TV
pizza
show.
place.
Oh,
Ryan Reynolds.
Yep, that's where
What's
you got
that
to
mean?
start.
oh, really?
Yeah, he was on that TV show.
Hey, y'all. Hey, Bar. Hey. Hey, what's going on, Dark? Wait, DK Ravens 3. I don't even know what that means, but it's good to see him again. Good to see you, bud. Sarah. Hey, guys. Was the pizza place in Old Street?
Yeah,
It
were there
could have
any,
been. No,
floors
it was
or ceiling?
reseated, not in. The middle would have been up, not down, I think. Phil.
No platform.
Hello, everyone. See, I almost had that. Like he almost had me there because I was thinking about it. Driving home from work. Oh, what is he talking about? I don't know. What's who talking about? Hey, you got that right. Huge. What? Who tips? I don't know. I guess everyone's a star now. Zaggy, you're the superstar though. You and Tom. Is Tom Green still alive?
He's got to be.
I believe so.
Otherwise, I think I would have heard.
What's up, naysayers? Yeah, me too.
This would be the one time we're wrong and the person's actually passed, and we think
Daddy,
they're
would you like some sausage?
What? It has. I don't know. What's up, Matt?
We're having cheese conversations now, guys.
Tom Green is still alive. Yes.
Oh, cool. Well, good for that.
Good for him.
Good for him being alive. Eating all those
Congratulations,
sausage
Tom.
fingers. All right, boys, let's get into the news.
Oh, news. Right.
All right, I guess I gotta run.
Do we have it ready?
It can be ready. Yes.
It can be ready.
So we are not ready for it.
As soon as you run the thing, it's ready.
Oh, okay. So I'll run the thing then.
It was funny. We ran the news on the Jedi news on Star Wars, and it's the exact same intro, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, but it's JJ's.
It's just JJ's.
Oh,
Or
nice.
what?
Awesome.
Kind of funny.
Love it. All right.
Please.
So, top stories of the week. It was kind of a weird week for news. There was a little bit of things from everywhere, and I decided to go. Since we're talking about DC today, I decided to go with some DC news.
Now, Tom Green was early AI. He was
I'm not
just
sure.
an
I
AI
am not sure that Zaggy is not Tom Green, as a matter of fact.
So he was married to Drew Barrymore?
What?
He was married to Drew Barrymore?
Tom Green got married to Drew Barrymore?
Yeah, they were married for like 6 months.
Is that when she was
maybe?
doing all those drugs?
No, that was probably after the drugs.
She showed her
Yeah.
tits to the guy on TV?
That was after that,
Did?
too.
After all that.
Yeah,
All right.
after all that. Yep. But it only lasted a few months and then they were done.
I could see this.
Yeah, Daniel Craig is in talks to be in the
What's up,
Star Trek
BK?
Rock movie. There's a guy, Luca Guadagnino. I'm not sure how to say his name. Guadagnino.
Luca G.
Luca G is poised to direct the film.
Guadagnino.
But nothing has been inked, nothing has been signed, but this is like in early talks.
Wait,
So-
what? I mean, I
As
guess
long as
you
he
could
doesn't
do
talk
it.
much. He's got to be more of the strong, silent type, just grimace a lot. I
Grunt.
think it'll work.
I don't know if you can make him do it. No, I don't know if this works. With
I mean, he played Bond. Sergeant Rock does a lot of Bond type things. He can like shoot planes out of
I'll
the
worry
air
about
with
the
a
accent.
gun. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, but just he's got to grunt a lot.
Yeah, that's what I mean. No, you don't need to say a lot.
But I mean, it looks like he's got a smooth face, like he's never seen a real day in the sun before. So I'm not quite sure.
This is an older picture too.
Yeah, thanks.
Guadagnino.
Yeah, but you don't get that. You don't get that grizzled, chiseled look by bathing in calf milk like our buddy here, Craig. You know what I mean? You got to see some sun, maybe a little dirt in there, get a little grimy every once in a while.
That's what makeup is for.
Yeah, you can do makeup. Have you seen the Penguin? You see what did to Colin Farrell?
Exactly.
That's not what he looked like.
Yeah, but have you seen what booze has done to Colin Farrell?
Well,
yeah.
I mean, not that far off.
I don't know. I hope this is. Hope this works out. I hope this is done well. But we'll see if it.
Yeah.
So.
Marv agree.
Yeah, Tommy Lee Jones. Exactly. All right.
Is there going to be? Hold on. Is there going to be that much of like?
Sorry, we'll
that
go
much
back.
of what?
Like, I mean, just like who? Can I just ask the question? Who? Can I just say the word "who," and then you guys fill in the blank? Like,
I get what you're saying. I mean, yeah, it's a little past its time for Star Wars. I don't think my dad is going to be rushing to the theater to see it. He doesn't go.
Oh no, I mean, like, look, we had Band of Brothers, Saving Private Ryan. We've had other movies. There was that genre in the late, not 90s,
really,
like mid 2000s.
Saving Private Ryan. That's over 25 years ago.
That's what I'm saying. Back then, that's it.
It's like 97, 98.
Yeah, I just said the late 90s, Pete. Yes.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. We're going.
What I'm saying is, like, I think we've been. Well, what I was going to say before you said what I was going to say is, like, it's been 20 years. Are we? I mean, when's the last time we had a good movie flick? I guess. Not that I mind. I'm down. So.
I think it's also an attempt to bring you characters that haven't gotten the light of day, meaning on television and movies and such. And this is another, an example of him taking characters that Guardians of the Galaxy and putting
when
them in
is too far, too far?
Well, I mean, Ungentlemanly Warfare was, during a war. It was World War II. That was pretty good. I enjoyed that. It wasn't all soldiers on the ground, boots on the ground like this might be, but.
What are you saying now?
The Ungentlemanly Warfare, the movie Henry Cavill and
because you blow Henry Cavill. No, nobody watched that fucking movie, dude. Nobody watched that fucking movie. All right, move along. Sorry, Dub. I didn't know he was going to do this. No. It's okay. Sorry, Dub. I'm sorry. I thought we could actually have a real conversation about this. I didn't know he's just going to blow Cavill's dick on this thing. Okay, we can move along.
It was a good movie.
Yeah.
What was the movie, Pete?
Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
You said you watched it because I think we reviewed it on this goddamn show.
I don't think I watched it. There's no way I watched it.
Erroneous on both counts.
Right.
Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
Who cares?
Here we go.
I'm telling you, I think we did it on here. And you watched it. And you liked it. God damn it.
We can go back and find some footage, Pete.
I haven't got time for this Mickey Mouse bullshit.
That is literally my favorite clip. We can play that all the time, anytime. Love that movie.
Yeah,
rewrite history here.
All right, so box office. Let's talk about the box office.
Please. Anything.
I will tell you. Well, you're probably gonna like this one.
Yes.
This is right up your alley.
Let me hear it.
You ready?
Do you want to? What's number one this week?
There it is.
Oh.
I don't think I fucking saw that. Yeah, no, we had gotten tickets. We had gotten premiere tickets to go see this, a big event thing or whatever that they were trying to take us to. And they gave us 4 tickets, including for our young kids who are not old enough to watch this movie. And then my wife decided to show them the preview anyways, to think like it'd be cool for us to go back out into adult events. You know what I mean? And I said, yeah.
Is it an adult movie?
Well, it's not an adult movie, but it's my kids
wanted to see it. We just didn't have time last week.
Yeah, your kid is probably around the age that's appropriate.
Okay.
Yeah, not appropriate for my kids.
Well, I did let him see Deadpool and Wolverine, so
I was like, what the fuck? You got the fucking old dude playing Santa Claus. You think this shit's gonna go over well? Like, no, we can't take him to see this horse shit. The first 2 minutes is like they shoot somebody through the foot or something and through the head. I'm like, what are we doing here, dude? We can't be doing that. But
I'll still.
so I blanked on it, didn't get to see it. But
so this
good
movie
job,
made
Rock.
$32 million. Had a budget of $250 million before the marketing.
We're almost
of
there.
another
Hey,
million.
you know, hey, the Rock ain't cheap, bro.
Yeah.
Just do that 9 more times, and we'll be almost all right.
So if we keep running this movie till like March,
Hey, what's up, Kingdom
should
Nerd?
make its money back.
No, we got to keep going to probably July. You got to keep
Okay,
stretching
so
that.
early summer. Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean,
Absolute
like,
footage.
Did you guys even watch the previews for this?
Yeah.
I do not know who this like. This is geared toward teenage boys, and at that age, I'm not quite sure they're rushing to go see Santa Claus fucking movies in
Fair.
the middle of November, too, mind you.
Fair. I mean, I'm not here. I will not argue.
I'm just saying, like, this is like the movie doesn't look bad if you get rid of the Santa Claus theme stuff. It would probably go good with teenage boys. But
yeah, I got you. I'm not going to argue with you. I'll still argue with you about this Guy Ritchie movie. I know you like it.
Oh, if it's Guy Ritchie, I'd watch it.
Oh,
But
really?
no, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying here. I think they're just trying to capitalize on. Think of all the Santa movies
scene.
we had the last few years. Remember, we had like the killer Santa, like badass Santas, like John Wick with Stranger Things dude playing them, and then you had
okay.
I'm just saying they've tried to make Santa this different type of.
I get it, but like it's also like a little bit early. It's like, dude, it's still raining here. We don't even have snow. It's pre-Thanksgiving. Like I don't like Chris.
Yeah,
there is no. The only war on Christmas is the war is that the shit isn't in the summertime because they're trying to move it to the summertime at this point. Christmas is going to be 11 out of fucking 12 months.
It's like they tried to take Arthur Christmas and Mission Impossible and put them together. And that's what this
is.
But
this is where the buck stops. Like people aren't trying to watch Christmas movies in fucking October. So,
well, it's November.
Yeah, well, I mean, like first week of November, whatever.
I know what you're saying, but the timing's not weird. This is when they do release the Christmas shits. I mean, what was it? Home Alone was just celebrating its 40th anniversary, whatever, not that long ago, or whatever, however many fucking years it's been.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Macaulay Culkin's going to be here in town, like premiering a movie, or I'm not
for what?
To do a watch along with Home Alone or something.
He might be.
What was that movie he was in when he was gay? Party Boy. Is that what it's called? That's actually a good movie.
I only did a couple of his movies, and both when he was little.
Yeah, I think he came back and did him. I think like the first movie he did when he was adult was called Party Boy.
I vaguely remember. I know what you're talking about. I vaguely remember.
I mean, I just remember. I thought it was going to be a complete train wreck. I thought it was like Pee Wee Herman going to come back and act before then he really became an actor, and I was like,
you remember when he got married?
Girl.
He got married at like 17 or 18. Remember that?
To who? Michael Jackson?
No, there's what was her name? Rachel Miner or something?
No, I didn't follow that much.
Like 100% Florida Man movie. It was about the kids who like killed their friend and then like they all got caught like down in Florida. It was like Nick Stahl and Brad Renfro was in it and Macaulay Culkin's wife was in it.
What's up, Vishrod? Okay. I don't know.
Straight up Florida.
Sorry, you're not Vishrod, you're Vashrod. Sorry. No, I don't know about what I'm just saying is there was a movie that actually wasn't terrible. Because I thought it was around that time when the kids started coming back, like the Tories were doing stuff and it was horrible. And like, you're just like, oh shit, another kid actor. It's going to be a train wreck.
Why do you guys keep bringing up My Girl?
He was still a kid in My Girl. How old do you think he was in My Girl? I think he wasn't he still a teenager?
That's still
Jay can't see without his glasses.
Yeah, that's still sad. That's fucked up. Bringing up My Girl. Poor kid killed by bees. Yo, I'm allergic to bees. Granted, they wouldn't kill me, but
wait, I said that fucking maybe not having Christmas in fucking summertime. That's like a raving grouch.
We're a week out from Thanksgiving. It ain't summertime.
Dude, they had Christmas shit up here. I'm not joking. They had Christmas shit up here the second week of October in the stores.
Yeah, that's too early.
Yeah. We have a channel over here, WNIC. They have literally been playing Christmas music since the first week of October.
Wheel of Fortune had Christmas trees up with Seacrest. I was flipping through the channels earlier today. was like, nope, too early. Too early. After Thanksgiving. Fair game.
Yeah,
after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah, after Thanksgiving, we're good to go, bro. We're all day, man.
All right. I do like Eric's
Now I
idea
got
of tier listing the
Where's-
Rock's movies. I think
Where's
it's fantastic.
BK to look? BK's always on the internet. Look the shit up, BK.
What?
Macaulay Culkin, the movie.
It is. I think it's Party Boy.
Oh.
Or no, that's the dude from
How the fuck do you
Johnny
spell his
Knoxville's
name?
crew.
That's a weird ass name.
All right. Well, we're gonna move on to our next story from here.
Are we?
We are. Here we go.
Hey, dude, I nailed
Party
it.
Monster. That was it.
There we go.
Karate Kid Legends is going to take place. The movie that we talked about a couple weeks back will take place 3 years after
Who cares?
Kai. 3 years.
Jackie Chan does kung fu.
I don't give a shit.
Damn it, it's not the same thing.
I'm sorry,
That's where you're stuck on this thing.
Yes,
By the way, where's fucking Will Smith's little kid?
that's what my
This is
problem
Legends.
is. That
And
whole
where's the
thing-
girl? Where's all this shit?
they might be in this just because they're not on the poster doesn't mean they're not going to be in the movie. Just like
But
Baron
Wang's definitely in the movie, so there you go.
Who?
Wang. I don't know. It just says Wang in big letters there.
Where do you see Wang in big letters?
Chang, Chan, Wang, W-A-N-G. Chan, Wang, and
I know how to spell Wang.
yeah, it says Wang right there, right in the middle of the poster.
I'm
Wang.
going to guess that's the little kid in the middle. That's who that is.
Well, who's he?
That's Ben Wang.
But who the fuck? It says Legends. Who the fuck is Ben Wang? Where
He's
is
gonna get
Will
taught
Smith's
by the
kid?
legends.
Where's the girl? Huh?
That's the point. The legends will teach him. He's the student. You can't have teachers without the student.
Right.
Wait, didn't Jackie
Ralph Macchio.
Chan taught?
Let's say it.
Hold on now. Didn't Jackie Chan teach Will Smith's kid?
Yes. Kung Fu. He taught him
Okay.
Kung Fu.
And then fuck this. I don't give a shit. I really actually trying to care, but I don't.
Well,
I can't even do a bit because I give 0 fucks about this. This is the stupidest shit I've ever said. I'm sorry. I can't. I was trying. Can't even do it because fuck this. Who cares?
so Cobra Kai is going to wrap up in February, and then this movie will be coming out in
You
May.
need like one of those old people grabber thingies. This is so much of a reach to keep this fucking property going. Like,
I read a thing that said it was all because of How I Met Your Mother is why this whole thing came back. Because
Wait,
of what's his name? NPH.
oh
He,
well,
like,
that's
kept-
why the Cobra Kai came back.
Yeah, that's why it all came back because of him. Because he was such a big fan of
What? Oh, because he's a fan of it.
William Zabka.
Well, he
And
also
kept-
made a pretty convincing argument when he said the story about how
Yeah.
Johnny Lawrence was the hero of the story. Because he's like, this kid comes into town, he comes, he steals this dude's girlfriend, he does this, that. And you think about it, it's like, he did start that.
Neil
fight.
Pe-
He did do this. He did
I
do
couldn't.
that.
I haven't been able to watch the whole thing, but the greatest thing about the internet, the only thing that's good about it, is you can now just watch clips of Neil Patrick Harris in that TV show and and the movie White Castle, and just take his spots and put that shit together and just watch it in shorts, and it's fucking brilliant. You don't need anything. You don't need any fucking context. You don't need anything else. Just that.
I hear you. I'm a fan. I like NPH. I'll watch whatever.
Yeah, he's good.
He's funny. He's a funny dude.
I liked him when he was. My favorite thing they did was when he was in that musical that with Captain Hammer. And,
Oh,
I don't remember.
That was
I'm not that.
that was
It's
the
not like
best
it's
so good.
Dr.
Big
Horrible.
Bang Theory, so I'm not
Dr.
that
Horrible.
thorough on all this
Dr.
stuff.
Horrible's been a long blog.
Yep, so good. All right, we this week got a new poster for Sonic 3.
All right.
Nice.
Movie
I'm in.
tickets start going on sale next week.
I'm down for the cause.
Yeah, so Shadow will be in this movie, and allegedly
Close to
there's
Christmas.
another movie planned too after this. So Kristen
They've done
Ritter,
a great job on these, man.
Yeah, they've been
Keanu
good.
Reeves, and once they
Oh, nice.
fixed their initial problem with the first one, then then they fixed it all, and then now all of a sudden,
Well, it wasn't a problem with the first one. It was just the way the fucking thing looked. It was just
yeah
like
during the
something.
trailer, right.
Oh, the original
Yeah,
design.
the original trailer. Yeah.
Dude, how great was it that they brought that original
It's a
design
backstory.
back in the Chip and Dale movie though? Like that was some funny shit.
Oh, I didn't see that. That's kind of funny.
Oh, you didn't see Chip? Oh, Chip and Dale's pretty funny.
There's a
They
lot
bring
of movies
Ugly
like that.
Sonic back. They work like cons because they treat like the animation characters like they're old actors, and they work like conventions and they're doing
Conventions, yeah.
signings.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
kinda funny.
Sonic is awesome. Thanks for that. Fucking A. All right, let's go. What's
Moving.
next? That's the way to kill a seg.
What?
Kevin Smith
Sonic?
says a Dogma 2 is in the works.
I don't care.
25 years ago, we got the first Dogma, and then now he says Matt Damon and Ben Affleck will probably come back for at least cameos. I don't know how you make this movie without George Carlin in it, so I'm not sure what the point of that is.
I don't need nor want this.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Don't we just like?
I didn't like the first one.
Hold on, dude. Is he saying this so that people will watch the first one and then he's just not going to make this? Because that might be a good move.
Oh,
Like the first one had a couple of funny bits in it, but all in all, it was not a great movie.
It wasn't terrible.
It wasn't.
I would think. What about when they came out with Clerks 3? That kind of sucked too.
Well, yeah.
Or Clerks 2.
Was it Clerks 2? Whatever it was.
And 3, whatever. Yeah, all of them. First one was good.
The first one was good. Yeah.
Well, in other news from times past.
Plus, hold on. Is it like Kevin Smith? Oh, I know. But Kevin Smith's humor worked well because of the time that Kevin Smith was there and he was younger at the time, right? And now he's like an old dad. So his shit's not going to hit the same. But go ahead. Nice. Betty White. Perfect.
Yeah, no,
I like this.
Yeah.
This hits.
He was a product of the time.
Speaking of funny people,
Betty White will be honored by the USPS with her own stamp.
they should have done it while she was alive.
I don't think that's how that works.
Yeah, I think they generally honor you after you're dead.
Right.
Well, she
That's
was
why
a
you get the
national
forever.
treasure. She was a national treasure, so they should have.
You put forever on there when they're still alive, you make them think that they're immortal, and that's
Dude, she lived to be like 102.
Almost
they had to
100.
wait so
She
long.
was
They probably had
weeks
this ready to
away
go.
from her 100th birthday. She was weeks away in 2021 when she passed away.
Yeah, see, I was close. I was off by 2 years. When you're that old, what the fuck's 2 years?
It's 2%.
Yeah, this is. I don't know if there's going to be more than just one design. This was the design that they released.
Good for
So
her.
you can buy yourself a book of Betty White stamps early next year.
Dude, she used to fucking, they say too, like she used to fucking be hot and just, you know what I'm saying?
What do you mean used to be?
Well, I'm not into old people like that.
Are they going to do the rest of the Golden
I do
Globes?
not. I just said she's an icon. What? How did anything that I said at that point, I said they should have honored her while she was still alive. She's a national treasure. What is any of that? This is what selective listening with our chat, I think, is. I'm not going to let that one go. All right.
Yeah. All right. Well, on that note, let's talk about something completely different. So,
And now for something completely
can
different.
we?
Here we go. What? Well, I'm not going to compliment anybody else because that if you compliment people, apparently you hate them. All right, go ahead, Duff. Go so I can actually.
I know you say that, but then I'm going to click it. Then you're going to start talking about Betty White again.
No. We're good.
He's right.
The comments
He's
have caught up
right
at this
every
point.
time.
Yeah, you did that.
The
3
comments
times
have caught up
already.
at this point.
All right.
No, well.
Only once.
Yeah. So in Chelsea, New York this week,
Are they honoring Betty White,
they're
No.
not.
the national treasure?
They put up this Spider-Man symbol on the side of a building. And people were speculating, like, hey, is this going to be an announcement for another Spider-Verse movie? Or how they're going to talk about Miles in some way? Because it's the same symbol that Miles had in the movie. And then it turns out that it's an ad for Sony Bravia TV. So Miles is in a commercial for a television for Sony.
Oh.
So,
Ooh.
yeah, I saw this earlier in the week. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. It looks really cool. It's up on the side of a building somewhere.
Where's Chelsea?
It's in New York City. That's all I know. I didn't look it up.
Maybe near Soho somewhere.
I know there's a Chelsea hotel.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with the Chelsea hotel.
I knew a girl named Chelsea.
Oh. Maybe she knows where it is.
Oh.
But yeah, anyway, so keep an eye out for this commercial if you're interested in seeing Miles on delivering a television. But the point of it is, at least Miles is making his way out into the public eye. That's
Black
true.
Spider.
I don't understand a word you just said.
Spiders. It's not Kenny Rogers Roasters. They're not going to complain about the light.
Exactly. All right. That's what we're talking about, the Houston uniforms.
Houston. Planet Houston.
Houston's football outfits were like the Red Roasters.
Oh.
What are we doing?
What do you mean?
Streaming news?
We're doing streaming news.
Fallout versus Arcane are the two big things that are trying to go up for an best adaptation award at the 2024 Game Awards. There's a bunch of shows that are nominated, but no movies because not a lot of big movies came out. But Arcane, Fallout, The Knuckles Show, The Like a Dragon, and Tomb Raider are all nominated.
I couldn't get into Like a Dragon.
Yeah, I didn't even.
I tried. Yeah. It just wasn't grabbing me. It didn't feel the same.
The Knuckles thing was okay. Yeah. I like the Arcane, so I'd say
Knuckles is all right. It played younger than I thought they were going to, and it's fine because we were kids. But Fallout would be my pick. Arcane's close.
I like Arcane. I didn't see Fallout because isn't Fallout on Amazon?
It's on Amazon.
Yes, I didn't see it. So Arcane.
I thought Fallout was really well done. Yeah.
Really okay. Well done. That Laura Croft is dog shit.
Yeah, I didn't put her picture.
That Tomb Raider is garbage. That's one slice of trash, dude.
So on December 12th, this will get announced and we'll talk about who won. Then there's other game things that are happening, but this was kind of relevant to us because it was a streaming thing.
Yeah, I think we covered most of the show. I think we covered most of the things. We talked about Tomb Raider. We talked about Arcane. We did Fallout. Yeah. I think we did Knuckles. I think we were supposed to do Like a Dragon. We just never got around to doing it.
Right. Yeah. We never got. Yeah. We never.
I think. Well, I actually didn't really like it, but there you go. He said it was okay. I don't know.
I didn't care for it. I only watched like the first episode or a chunk of the first episode.
I think I watched 2 or 3, and I just couldn't. It was like that Terminator 2. I didn't really like that either. So
Cosby went. Last of Us was last year, though.
Yeah, they won. I think they won it last year.
Yeah, that was last year, and then we got to go next year, maybe.
Right. So you guys watch the Oscars? When was the last time you watched the Oscars?
When is the Oscars? When is that?
Well, I believe it's
February now. They moved it up. It used to be like in April and March, and they moved it up. So I think it's in February, right around President's Day.
I usually don't watch the Oscars, but this year I'm probably gonna watch the Oscars.
Tupac's coming back.
Conan O'Brien.
Yeah, Conan
hosting the Oscars. So they made the announcement earlier this week on March 2nd. Actually, Pete.
There we go. All right. So, yeah, my buddies and I were talking about we were going to get together to watch it. We used to like do the horse race bet where everybody puts a buck in and you pull one of the candidates out of the hat and who wins the pot. Like we do it for every category. Make it a little fun, gambling, drink, appetizers.
I'm a fan of Conan, so I'll watch it.
Yeah. If they ever make a McDonald's movie, he really would work well as Ronald McDonald.
He is tall enough.
I'm not going to argue with you there because he is pretty tall, and he does got that ring. He could be a good Ronald.
Whatever happened to him? Didn't Jay Leno take the show back and then he just disappeared?
Dude, didn't Jay Leno fall down a hill at like a hotel or something?
Jay Leno's still alive?
Yeah, he like fell down a hill out of like a Hamilton Inn or something.
3, 2, 1. Somebody's gonna say how he's got a bunch of cars. All right,
he does, yeah. And then in streaming news, we have Netflix is getting Monday Night Raw, which we knew.
Yep.
But now we have an official date. So it's January 6th, live from Los Angeles.
After that last live event they did this weekend, I'm not sure.
It's not going to be the same.
Fucking shit was.
Raw ain't going to draw the same as the fight like that because that fight was drawn worldwide. I know a lot of people like wrestling, but
you're not going to see. Netflix isn't going to have Raw like out of the country. They still have the WWE Network in other places and stuff. So
okay,
it's just for the U.S.
I don't know. No, I think there will be.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, because they got all the pay-per-views for Netflix now.
Oh,
around the world, they're waiting out Peacock for the pay-per-views
contract to go.
Oh wait, dude, that guy's back in the WWF. The guy that doesn't believe in drugs and drinking and sex.
Straight edge superstar.
What's the guy's name again?
CM Punk.
Pepsi guy. Huh?
CM Punk. But yeah, he's got Pepsi on one. He's got Cobra on the other.
He's got what on the other one?
Cobra. He's got the Cobra logo.
Cobra, like G.I. Joe.
Yeah, from
Cobra.
G.I. Joe.
Okay.
But to be fair, it's from what he said, it's not. It's just he gets things that he likes just tattooed on himself. It doesn't have a deeper meaning than
There you go.
he liked it.
What does that have to do with anything?
Nothing. But we were talking
You
about
people
it,
would be a lot smarter. What? Secretary of Education?
Well, that's what I mean. Like the people who try to give you some deep inspiration of why, oh, I got this tattooed on myself because it means this in this other language, and I had this happen to me once. I don't care. Like, you don't tell me the story of your tattoo. It looks cool or it doesn't.
What's this?
That is correct, Black Spiders. It won't be on USA any longer. Starting January 6th, it will only be on Netflix.
Hey, don't even get into it, guys. Like people believe that little speech that he gave was actually real. So it was real to them. It was real to them.
What are you talking about?
When he did, what was the thing? The main speech that made him popular, where they're like, "Oh, he really took it to." Oh shit. Are we talking about this later?
So we are.
Okay, we'll talk about.
I know we're talking about it later, but the news here is that there is a Florida man who is.
Of course, there is.
A Florida
God
man
bless Florida.
suing Netflix. There's a lawsuit in state court claiming that Netflix was woefully ill prepared for the massive global audience, and the streaming issues constitute a breach of contract on the part of Netflix, as well as deceptive trade practices under Florida law.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Did he also file against his own internet service? Because wouldn't they be as equally to blame?
No, there was some weird stuff going on. So, like when you did it, there was like at one point Netflix would be like, "We're checking to see if you actually even have internet."
In other
service.
news, same Florida man sues God for raining on his birthday.
Okay.
No. He's got. Hold on. He's got a little he's got a little bit of something here. You can't promote this whole thing and say, "Hey, cool, it's going to go," and promise something, and people would, if he signed up for this product specifically.
Well, that's what I'm going to say, Your Honor. Did you sign up for Netflix to watch this fight specifically, or did you already have Netflix and it was something you just planned to watch on your Friday night? I already had Netflix, Your Honor. Then what are you fucking filing?
Well, maybe for time lost too. Like, you know.
I mean, a lot of people said they had problems, so there was a lot of problems out there.
There's a ton of problems with this. Yeah.
According to the internet, there was a lot of problems. I didn't watch it, so I don't know.
Well, I mean, there was like leading up to it, even in the undercards, there were parts where the match was just like you could see the beginning, and then all of a sudden,
remember that time the Super Bowl got delayed because there was lightning in when Baltimore was playing? It was like,
well, that's different. That's an act of God. That's an act of God. That's different. This was they were not prepared because you could tell everybody tuned in when they said the fight was actually going to happen, and Netflix pretty much shut down. So, but there you go. All
right, we can revisit this in a little bit. You guys can talk a little bit more about the actual.
I literally pause on Mike's butt in the locker.
Yeah,
dude, why are we looking at naked Mike in the locker, bro?
So Disney Plus gave us a preview for Dream Productions, which is an Inside Out series. It takes place between the first and second movie. It premieres on December 11th. I had no idea this was a thing, but yep.
Okay.
That if you're a fan of Inside Out,
the movie, they're spinning off into their own thing, huh? Okay.
Into a show. It's coming.
Interesting.
Pixar.
I'll be honest, I know the kids like it, but I can't watch these Inside Out shit.
It wasn't bad. And their bit was funny. Like their bit was funny in the thing, but I don't know if we need a show, but we'll see.
So we talked about this a couple weeks ago where she was a finalist. But now they're actually in talks or negotiations for Sophie Turner to play Lara Croft in the Prime Video series.
Who?
Sansa.
Oh, okay.
Phoenix.
That's a bad look, dude. Oh yeah, now I remember because now I just thought in my head,
I never took Sansa Stark as being particularly athletic though. Yeah. Even when she was Jean Grey in the X-Men movies.
Or stacked and also ripped in the arms. So bad casting.
No, all of that.
Is she married to somebody?
She was. She was married to like the One Direction guy or something.
what he directed One Direction. What's that?
It's a band.
He directed a band, like music videos.
No, like that's the name of the band.
Oh, he was in the band and
Yeah, one of the. I don't know if that's the right band, but it was a boy band.
I got you. I think you might be right.
Oh, I meant like she did. Oh, sorry. I thought she dated somebody in like movies or something or TV show. That's how she got this gig. Because why the fuck else would you cast her for this?
Oh no, Phoebe Waller-Bridge wanted her to do this.
Who's that?
She's the director of this. She created Fleabag. Are you familiar with Fleabag?
Okay.
She was in the last Indiana Jones movie, which I realized the other day when it was on ABC that I still haven't watched.
Yep. Me neither.
Well, this is
Jonas Brother. Yes, thank you, Marv. There you go, Marv. That's right. It was a Jonas Brother.
Oh yeah, he was on TV.
Oh, the Bop guys.
No.
Yes,
Bop,
exactly.
bop, bop. Do.
You know, funny story that you're saying that my wife, the gym that she goes to, the lady who owns the gym, that's her favorite band, and she plays it all the time at the gym. She went to go see them live recently.
Band?
It's really her favorite band. I mean, she loves Taylor Swift and she loves the Bop guys.
No. This is the Bop thing. I know somebody too who and they're not even that old. Like you figure, like maybe like
did they do more than one album?
And they don't look weird. Like you don't expect them to look like weird. They look like normal people, and they love the Bop guys.
It's so weird. I don't get it. Like how I'm like I haven't even thought of that band in like 20 years, but that's literally her favorite band. I don't get it.
That's why I haven't rushed to watch it yet, Barlord. I know what I'm going to get. I just not rushing to have my childhood stomped on again.
Yeah, let's get to Alien Earth. But I know somebody too that's just like that. That likes the Bop kids, or they're not kids.
I still remember. I dragged my father-in-law out of movie theater going retirement to go see Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. He hadn't been to the movies since Jurassic Park in the 90s.
No wonder he hates
we dragged him out to that shit show of an Indiana Jones movie.
So every Thanksgiving when he's telling your wife to divorce you, like we know why. It's because you made him watch that bullshit.
Okay. So he hasn't gone back to the movie since, has he?
We were in it together, but I still feel bad.
So this got a little Alien Earth got a little teaser. It had a little teaser as part of a bigger, like longer Hulu teaser, but then now it got its own 45-second thing, and it actually this looked a little scary. I mean, it only gave you a few flashes of the aliens. The plot synopsis was pretty generic, which it kind of makes sense. Mysterious space vessel crash lands on Earth. Ragtag group of soldiers make a horrifying discovery. And
I mean, I love the Alien franchise. I just get nervous when they put it on Earth because when they did that one Alien versus Predator on Earth, it just kind of felt kind of.
I've never been into the Alien thing, but I really want to get into it, and I just don't. There's like no time, right? Because it's like this big thing, right? Like you have to like dive into Alien. You can't just go.
No, you don't.
No, there's like
you have.
Isn't there like 12 TV shows? They're like.
No, I know, but you don't need to know the history. But that's the point of it is, or at least to me.
I thought that's what made it good.
No, what makes it good is like when you're out, like if you're on a ship, like if you're in a cadet, you're just in a ship. Like that's all you had to go. You can't run away. There's nowhere else to go. When you're trapped in a ship with something like this, that's more terrifying than if on a planet. You can go drive.
Maybe I'll try to download all this shit and watch it on the way to Japan. I got 13 hours. Can I watch all the Alien stuff in 13 hours?
You don't need to watch all of it though.
You don't gotta watch all of it, but you probably
watch the first one because that's the first one. And
watch the first one. Watch the James Cameron one.
Yeah.
Skip the Fincher one. Skip the fourth one.
Is it just a bunch of like music scares and stuff like jump scares? Is that all it is?
No, I mean there's plenty of jump scares, but I think you'll like the second one at least. The second one is more space.
Second one was a good one. Yeah.
Straight up action movie like that.
Oh, I watched Mac and Me.
Fucking Mac and Me. It's better than Mac and Me.
I've watched Mac and Me. Mac and Me. What's wrong with Mac and Me, bro?
Well, there's nothing wrong with Mac and Me. I'm just saying it's better than Mac and Me. That's all.
All right, what's up?
All right, let's talk about some comics.
Let's talk.
All right, let's do it.
All right, here we go. So a little bit of a problem with one of the publishers in comics here. So
Dark Horse? Does it start with a D and end with the horse?
Nope.
Oh.
Scout Comics has been suspended by Lunar, meaning that they are not soliciting their future items because of their, I guess, repeated lateness. The last
That why
incident
they put him
happened.
on the
Somebody's
Midtown
got to talk
list?
to Dark Horse about that, dude.
Yeah. So in October, they delayed a whole bunch of stuff. Like, I mean, there was a list, like 7 or 8 different titles that were supposed to come out in October. Then they pushed them all back to like December. And I don't know if this was the first time this happens, but this caused problems with Lunar because they want to make sure they're shipping their stuff out when they say they are. I guess they're pretty strict about it. So they now have taken Scout off of their list, moving forward after.
I've noticed.
They're in January. Is there certain titles that you read from Scout?
No. I only noticed because I don't see any. I haven't seen like any of the Scout titles. Because to be fair, like when I'm building out my list, a lot of times I'll use Midtown's list to kind of work through. I'll use that in a combination with a couple other things to see what's actually coming out the week that I'm doing it. And Scout's hasn't been on Midtown in like forever. It seems like.
Gotcha.
Like
so anything after January, anything after January. They also they're still with Diamond though. So if you need
to be fair, I can't think of a title that's actively running that I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, me neither. I had a few Scout titles back in the day, but I can't think of anything coming out now. Like, was it Ranger Stranger? That was a Scout, right?
Oh yeah.
That was a thing that we read. Yeah, and then they did Phantom Star Killer, which I like, but it's only with a couple issues. But I know they had a problem paying. Like I saw that in the chat, but there were some creators that were saying making some claims as to not receiving payment from Scout. So
give me the loot. Give me the loot.
He stiffed you.
Yeah,
they stiffed me.
Yeah, they people that did not get paid. I know there was a creator.
I remember Aftershock.
Is Aftershock's not around anymore, huh?
I don't think so.
Surprise.
No, maybe they became something else.
Maybe
animosity wasn't enough to carry them on.
Yeah, I don't think so. All right. So in Marvel news, Predator is going to be fighting Spider-Man soon. Next year, he's already going to fight Wolverine. And he's going to fight. I don't know who else it was, but now Spidey is the next on the list.
Who cares?
I could see it. You just swap out Kraven, you put in a Predator. It's the same goddamn story.
There. After
Who cares?
Black Panther and Wolverine.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll just be a mini. You don't want to read it, you don't have to. It'll be 4 issues, then boom, bang, done. Yeah.
All right. And other Marvel news.
It's the difference. He only has guests. We have friends.
Ultimate Luke Cage will be making his debut in Ultimate 9 on sale February 5th.
Anybody else tired of this?
Who cares?
No, seriously. Am I the only one who's tired of? Well, it's this version of said character we've all known. Like,
where is Ultimate Spider-Man even still going on?
Yes. It's still going.
Is anybody reading it?
Yes.
Because remember that was the biggest thing, and then Ultimate. Oh, Captain America! These are the best titles ever! Yay!
Yeah, Ultimate Black Cat got introduced this week in Ultimate.
Oh, cool!
Oh,
but my point is, we don't need to make a whole hullabaloo about every character we already know being reintroduced for the 1 billionth time in a different universes. Like, come on!
Wait, Ultimate Riri's coming?
Yeah, why not? Who cares? Let's just redo everybody.
Yeah. Well, at least you like it, man. I guess at least they're writing a comic book for one fucking person. Like, that's great.
No, it still does well.
Nobody, dude, come on.
It's still selling well. What do you want me to tell you? It's still selling well. People are buying it. People are reading it.
Says who?
People like it.
Sure.
Yeah, just because you're people in the street.
Who are these people?
Aren't talking about it doesn't mean
because I literally was at a con 2 weeks ago, and the week before that fucking Ultimate Spider-Man was already in the dollar bins. So,
what Ultimate Spider-Man?
All of the Ultimate Spider-Mans were in whatever that fucking.
They're not.
They were.
Go look up and
tell me I was fucking there, Pete.
Go look up and I'm not saying some 7th or 9th print that might have been in a dollar bin. The original first print, it's still a very expensive book.
Okay, no, I'm not saying the original first print. I'm saying
that's what you're making it sound like.
No, I'm saying the spike after the first print that everybody great. What I'm saying is the last one that came out, the one before. It's in the dollar bins now. It's moved to dollar bins. Like the stuff that's coming out. It did sell out in the beginning. You can't deny that. Nobody's denying that.
So the book that just came out today.
No, the one that came out last month. The one that came out last month, 2 weeks later, was in the dollar bins. That's what I just said.
I will tell you that someone asked me for the first print of Ultimate Spider-Man while I was at the show.
Still not disagreeing with that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying currently, the stuff that's coming out.
I'm not disagreeing with anyone. I'm just giving you a fun fact. People are still looking for that first print.
Sure.
That's it. That's all I got about.
That's all I got too.
That's all I know. That's all I know.
That's all I know too. I said the one that came out a month ago. He goes.
Godzilla.
The first print didn't come out a month ago.
New Heroes will be a free comic book day book because IDW is rebooting Godzilla for next year.
Again?
They're going to have some type of intertwined universe, kind of like the Energon universe, but I don't understand who Godzilla is gonna cross over with.
King Kong.
Okay, when does IDW become Scout Comics?
Well, they just came out with a new logo, so they've got at least a few months.
Holy shit!
They ripped that off from SmackDown, by the way.
What do they have left? Do they have is ponies on IDW?
Yes.
There's Pony Sonic in this. That's what they have.
And Turtles.
Well,
and Turtles.
Yeah. So here's the thing. So if you look at new solicits, you'll see some of this Godzilla. You'll see some of the other stuff, but
they did that with 2099, Terry. They did the Nova and Darkhawk with 2099. So
no, but they'll do them again for Ultimate.
Are you serious?
Of course. Why not? They do everything again.
Oh, they just did it though. Like that's what I'm saying. Ugh.
That doesn't fucking stop
reading this shit. All right, go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry, Dub.
That's okay.
So what were you saying
talk about Dan Slott?
I like Dan Slott's stuff.
Yeah,
sometimes.
Dan Slott.
That's what he looks like.
Possibly writing Superman in 2025. Well, that's what the internet said he looked like. I just googled it.
But he's not even holding that. Did you art clip that in there? Or you got this?
Yeah, I art clipped Superman in there. That is correct. I could not find a picture of him. It took me 20 minutes.
Dude, hey, Pete, shut the fuck up. If you took this guy's picture and took that Superman thing out of it and just put like Chef Boyardee in that fucker and gave him a chef's hat, you think this dude was Chef Boyardee? You wouldn't know that this dude was Dan Slott if you put him in different stuff too. If you photoshopped other shit in this guy's hand, if you had an alligator in there, you thought he'd be on this episode of Florida Man. Like, I'm just saying.
I don't think, but he's never written Superman, so that's not how you're gonna tell me that it's Dan Slott.
Yeah, I'm just saying. If you gave him like a ring, like if he held the ring in between his two fingers from Lord of the Rings, you would think he's one of the hobbits, bro. I'm just saying. Like, how is it so outrageous that I didn't know that that's what Dan Slott looks like?
You could just say you don't know what Dan Slott looks like. No one's gonna.
But that's not even what I expected.
You over the coals because you don't know what a comic writer looks like.
No. What I'm saying is, like,
you're spending time talking about playing dress up with Dan Slott, and if you dress him up with a chef's hat, all of a sudden he's Chef Boyardee. No shit, anybody would look like Chef Boyardee.
No, that is not true. That's not fucking true.
Let's put a chef's hat on you or me. We'd look like Chef Boyardee.
We wouldn't. No. First off, you look like a dwarf Chef Boyardee, so we know it ain't you. And I would smell like too much like goat and fucking olive oil, so I'd pass. And Dub, same thing. No, would not look like Chef Boyardee. Not same thing, but different. Yeah, this dude could be like anybody.
Yes, that's Dan Slott though. He was just I'm pretty sure he was just at the past Baltimore. He wasn't there this year. He was there last year.
Look, I like his writing. That's not when
he was along the wall, the back wall.
Oh, well, that's why they don't even give him prestigious stuff because they probably didn't even know that was Dan Slott.
Baltimore. Never mind. I'm not even going to go.
I'm just saying.
All right. We're gonna move. This is Dan Slott.
Yeah. Hey, BK, give this dude a round of. Yeah, he gets it. He knows what I'm saying. There he goes. Give him a round of applause for those people that are only listening. Dan Slott almost beat Pete for the role of Willow in the Disney series. 100%, dude. Do we even have the bell anymore in here? We got rid of it.
Yeah, in the same place.
Ring the bell!
Good job, BK.
I
Good
didn't know
for
we
you,
still did
man.
that. Did I ring the bell?
I will say though,
I'm not shaming him. I'm saying I
kinda
didn't
missed
know
the
what he
Willow
looks like.
series. The TV show wasn't bad. I kind of wish it didn't get canceled.
Dude, I don't like Chef Boyardee stuff. I ate some one time. It gave me heartburn, and I don't like Chef Boyardee food. It's like sweet, and it's like
stuff in a
sweet.
can?
Yeah, it's sweet.
Yeah,
and liquiid.
it's like so sweet, and then like the meat byproduct that's in there. Like, what is that?
I don't know, but it's still.
I think that's what rat would taste like. Huh?
I don't have a problem with the meat byproduct.
Do you have a problem with the noodle being wet?
It's kind of the mushy noodle and the sweetness that is my bigger problem.
Sweet, wet, and then like some type of unidentified.
I eat fake meat all the time. I eat at Taco Bell. I don't mind the fake meat.
Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah, Willow will be back, and Dan Slott will be starring as his dad.
Willow will be back. They canceled that shit. I liked it, but they canceled it.
So yeah, Dan Slott was probably writing Superman. The last time he wrote DC was 20 years ago, when he wrote like Scooby-Doo, Looney Tunes, Batman Adventures, Justice League Adventures. He was writing that stuff back in the day. So,
dude, shout out to the chat today. You guys are funny today. I up and down. You guys are doing great.
Can we give Slott some recommendations? Don't have Superman walk across the country. That shit won't be interesting.
He was doing a bunch of.
Remember when Straczynski did that? Like, I'm going to tell a story. Superman's going to walk across America.
Hey, here's an idea for it. Don't write Superman because nobody fucking reads it except for 90-year-olds that are on their deathbed. So there you go.
Yep. And so now we're going to talk about some.
There's a trick to writing Superman. Focus on the other characters.
I don't know if you guys heard that G.I. Joe came out last week.
Did it?
Oh boy,
it did. Yeah. So
it did.
Guess what they're doing?
More
it's the second printing.
Yeah, you know what though? I was in that Koi's comic, and they had all the printings and all the stuff, and it was kind of on discount already for some of it. So I could show you what I bought, but of course,
we don't need more. That's what I mean. We don't. Let alone
I know
3 covers.
I know. But here's the cool part about it. This stuff's going to be on discount, so then you can wait and you can buy the stuff you know like. And, I don't know.
And here's the thing. I'm fine. If you want to go with the gimmick, hey, we got a Joe cover, we got a Cobra cover. That's cool. Why do you have to force the third one in there?
Yeah. I agree.
Good point.
Just extra shit.
Yeah, no, I like Dan Slott. Once again, I like Dan Slott. I'm a fan of his writing. Like, how many times I gotta say that? But yeah, I agree with this. Yeah, 100%. The 2 on the right, third one.
Also, I've given a pass. Remember our initial reviews, like, because I wanted more. I didn't want a recap. I didn't want all that, but it was fine. It's kind of bringing everybody up to speed. If you didn't read the other minis, that was all right.
I don't know.
I know I wanted more, but in rereading it again, if you take it from the perspective of I didn't read the other shit, it's all right. It gets you up to speed. It's fine. Dude,
so how about this?
By any stretch, still, but
so
it's better.
So Tony goes, hey man, hey, did you see? He goes, do you know that I got a G.I. Joe cover? I was like, yeah, I think you showed it to us. He's like, did I? He's like, I think it was a surprise for. It was all over the internet. Who the fuck didn't see his cover? Which, by the way, his cover was really cool because
which one was his cover?
Is the one that they gave away at the movie when they were doing the movie premiere.
Oh yeah, the movie
City Walk. Yeah, it looked like a movie poster.
I was like, it was really cool. Yeah. And then I was like, yeah, man, it was cool, man. And then I was like, wait, were you gonna give me one? And he goes, you didn't seem too excited. And I'm like, what the fuck? You gave away my shirt, and now you're not gonna give me a G.I. Joe, a sweet G.I. Joe book? Like, what the fuck? But yeah, that sucks. It's cool though. Yeah, get it while you can.
It is cool. I mean, it's expensive. You see how much this fucker sold for?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. A lot.
I want to say 800.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong. Yep. All right. And then other later printings.
You're going to die one of these days, Zaggy. You are going to die one of these days.
Yeah, I never liked the McRib. Something weird about how they shaped it.
That's a good idea.
Really creeped me out. Like, why are you faking the bones when there's no bones in it? Like, why are you putting those little nubbins where it makes it look like there's bones? That's
Cosmic
weird.
One. Hold on. Did you read all the minis? I just want to know that. I'm serious question. Yeah, I think they should have done a 0 with it. That would be kind of cool. I didn't have a problem with the Willow TV show.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
that
go ahead.
was really cosmic.
Sorry,
It
Dub.
was
Lots of
because
comments. The chat's got lots
so
of
much of the stuff we already covered.
Yeah.
It felt like a wasted issue. That
Yeah,
was my initial response. But when I took it from the I didn't read everything else, it wasn't as bad.
Is this a real Power Ranger that people are excited about? Or is this
No, they're redoing like Power Rangers again or something.
I think it's like Ultimate Power Rangers.
Yeah, it's like Ultimate. It's Ultimate Universe Power Rangers is how I'm taking it.
Okay.
So this is a Power Ranger. It's some type of Red Ranger, and then these two, the Spider-Man number 61, second printing, and this Aliens vs Avengers second printing were pictures that I did not show previously because they were not available. But that Spider-Man is like
that's Magic Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Magic die 8 times.
Right. It's part of the
the sons of or the offspring, I should say, offspring of Sidorak.
I don't know who that is.
The Juggernaut's demon.
Oh, gotcha.
Whatever.
It costs too much. I got to. What's that mean?
The Avengers is an $8 book.
Oh shit!
It's thick though, and it only comes out every couple of months. But it's like $8. It's $7.99. So I feel you, but
shout out BK. He's right. Don't eat that shit, dude. You cannot. Don't even serve that to your enemies. That's not good. What about Absolute Power Rangers?
That's what that is.
Yeah, but he's just saying it.
Absolute Power Rangers.
He's just saying the word. Okay.
Yeah, I think I said Ultimate. Absolute is the same thing.
Thank you for correcting Pete.
Idea.
Thank you, Brad. You should correct him more often. Thank you.
No, I'm saying it's another way to say it. It's not a correction.
One thing I will say, because they will be on here, remind me, we have to take a note, or the fans can, when Tone and Tone come back at the end of the thing. I did dollar bin hunting with them. It is one of the most, it's the funniest.
Like, what do they look for? Are they looking
so
for
like no, like it's no, I'm not gonna tell you all the stuff they're looking for, but it is funny because Tone will be like, oh yeah, remember what, like he will pull books that he did.
That's what I'm saying. Do they pull their own books? Like, man, I remember this shit. I would.
Yeah, sometimes like Tony will go like, hey Tone, remember when you did this?
Goddamn right.
No, it's cool. It's cool,
yeah,
but no.
I colored this shit.
Like Tony, the Fleece has got a very interesting way of pulling books out of dollar bins, and Rodriguez is like, I don't think I joked around a little bit, but I didn't talk that much because the knowledge that Rodriguez just drops while you're digging with them is like fucking stupid, bro. It's like mad crazy. And then I was like, yo, I found an early AH. I was like, hey man. So to be a dickhead, I was like, hey man, this is early AH. He's like, whatever. And he's like, no, it's not. And I'm like, yeah, it is. And then he's like, oh shit, it is. So like I got him on one book, and then he proceeded to fucking pull my pants down and spank me with all his fucking knowledge.
Booty shots.
Yeah, which was just like fucking wild, dude. It was just crazy how much he knows and everything else. And then they will tell you about like all the guys. It's really cool. So
you're like, yeah, I think this book, his pencils are barely there.
You can't get a t-shirt, Zag. If Zaggy gets a t-shirt and I don't get a fucking t-shirt, I'm gonna be pissed, dude. I'm gonna be really fucking pissed. Good. I'm glad you're going to
get a t-shirt. Please share it with us so we can rub it in.
Yes.
Nice. No, yeah. If like all of a sudden the shop was closing and Tony's like, I was just fucking around. Tony's like, all right, Marco, time to go dig. And I was like, oh yeah, sure, for sure. And he went back. I thought he was going to go through like the back issues. He was like, they had this whole huge room in the U that was like back issues, like dollar bin back issues, non-bagged, down fucking boarded. Kind of in order or not. So we took up sections and then just piled through shit. It was pretty fun. All right, let's get into our take it or leave it. We'll talk more about that with them. I might actually have that. Hold on. Yeah, let's get into take it or leave it. I'm gonna look for that book to see.
He's gonna go look for something. Well, it's not gonna take me long to get this set up, but let's do it.
I didn't know BK worked at McDonald's.
Oh, that's the background. I didn't want that. I wanted this first. I get lost sometimes when we're chatting. I'm like, which bit am I in? While Marco's digging for that, you know what I'm gonna do here? I'm gonna throw a few handful of memberships out there. What do we think? 5. Let's just do 5.
Dub, check this out. Check out what I did find there. You're gonna appreciate this. I was actually looking for you, but I couldn't find you. But if you could, real quickly, Pete, could you make that large?
Wait, you want to go? Hold on, I got you. Hold on.
What do you think that is? Look at who that is.
Oh, nice.
Isn't that
Nice.
cool? I'm gonna give it to him. I think he'll appreciate that.
Yeah,
And this was the early Hughes I was talking about. I picked up the
one of the mazes.
That was in the
dollar bins, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
the
you go on
program?
mazes.
What? Oh, yeah. This was in this. Yeah. It was in this program.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I might be in an earlier one.
Yeah,
there was a picture, so I don't know. Art, I believe originally Art Baltazar drew those.
I can go and see if you
Balthazar
like
Getty.
Art Baltazar. He does like Tiny Titans and like little kid versions of comics. He's a cool guy.
It is. You're right. It is Al Baltazar that did it, and this is after your time there.
Yeah.
Holy shit, Mike looks ridiculous here. Aw, they have his mom there. That's shit.
All right, you ready for reviews?
Yep.
All right, we're gonna get right into it. Starting off with our comic books. If you guys don't like these selections, you can post your complaints to Marco down below. But first up, let's get with the 30th anniversary of Knuckles.
Hey, Canadian Science.
I chose the covers that I like best.
Yeah. So I went back to review this just to see what it was, and it's exactly like, because it was the 30th anniversary too, they did exactly like, it seems it had the feeling of the Sonic that you'd remember to have the Sonic. If you read any Sonic,
it felt like an old Archie book.
Yeah, it was really good. The colors were great again. They redid it. They made it feel like that. So like, my kid loves this book. He devoured it in 3 seconds, and that's who it's for. And I think they did a great job on it. You know what I mean?
I'm with you. I mean, realistically, it's not for me, but for the audience, yeah, it's perfect. And it's also not. I thought it was going to be like half like reprints or some shit, but it's not. It's a full issue, full story. So,
bro, he ain't got a job.
Kudos.
BK ain't got no job. He don't work at McDonald's.
Dub, did you bother to read this one?
I did read this one actually.
Did you?
Yeah, it was it's something that I'd love to give to my niece who's like 10 years, maybe she's 8 years old. Yeah, it's perfect for her to read.
It's really good.
It's a good kids book. Definitely a good kids book.
Yeah.
Can't complain there.
Nope, nothing bad. I got nothing bad to say about it.
Up next, under the guise of saying there was an Ennis story inside this
hate
thing,
me, but like whatever.
Marco had us read Judge Dredd the magazine this week. What is this, issue 474?
Yeah, I know people don't like it when I bring this up because they don't read it, but I love Judge Dredd, and I love Judge Dredd magazine. There was 3 Judge Dredd stories in here, which was great. There's a couple other cool stories in here. There was a story right under the Enos. Did you read the story that was right under the Enos ad?
That's what I say. It was the Enos ad, but I didn't read the story. Like, that's not the story. This is written by somebody else.
Yeah. I actually found that story entertaining. I thought it was great. I was kind of thinking while I was reading some of the other stuff too, if this is not the new, like, it's of the style of pre-code horror, right? Like you get all these artists that are pretty good, or some people wouldn't know them or anything like that. They'd have a bunch of different stories in there. You try out a bunch of different things. And it would be a little bit more adulty content in most of the stuff. That's pretty much what these Judge Dredd magazines are. If you have time to sit down for one, or you find them in the dollar bin, pick it up, man. You might find a story you really actually enjoy in there. And you might see an artist that you get surprised by. This one in particular, I would have to say, was typical of the Judge Dredd magazines, which I believe are, when they're bad, they are really bad. But when they're just mid, they're better than the average comic book. And I would say this was a mid Judge Dredd magazine, and it's really good. Thumbs up. So
yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I did not go back to read. I just ran out of time after I said there's no Ennis story in here. But the only issue I have with the magazine is that it is a little pricey. That's the only thing. I mean, but magazines in
but it gives you a lot.
Are expensive. They do give you a lot. But that's what I mean. But it's a big buy-in. Like a lot of these mags these days are like $20. You might buy a goddamn novel at that point.
Right, but I mean, like, I think this one besides the article print-ups on it, this one gives you, they got the 2 Dredd stories to start off, 2, 3.
I get you. Like I'm not saying it's a bad thing. You're getting a lot for your money. Don't get me wrong. You're getting a lot for your money. It's just, it's a healthy buy-in. That's all. Like my perspective.
I will tell you the first story that's going on in Judge Dredd, the Head of Full of Horrors, not my favorite ongoing story in Judge Dredd or not, but the second Judge Dredd story,
the one
and
it was very bright. It was like
very bright. Those two I really love. They're great. So
yeah. And then I know the one you wanted to read, the cop one. I wanted to check it out, and I will go back to read it. I just didn't have time.
Yeah, it is. It's like, isn't it 10 to 15? I don't know. I can't.
It might be like $15.
You know what? I just pre-order it, so it doesn't even. I don't.
Yeah, when that's the good thing. If you pre-order like a lot of these things, if you can get them for like half a cover, it's much easier to swallow. Some of these prices.
$8.99.
Yeah, $8.99, $10.
It's only $8.99.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking like Fangoria is up there. That's why. Like some mags are pretty expensive these days. All right, but we're gonna leave that. Dub, did you get to this one? Because
I did not.
I didn't either.
Well, that's it too. Like I can't remember what it was. Is that Trooper thing too? That showed up originally in a Drudge Dead
Rogue
magazine.
Trooper. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like we saw it, Rogue Trooper. Yeah, so sometimes you do get to see stuff ahead of time in some of these books, which is nice.
Yeah, and they're still apparently going to be doing something with Rogue Trooper. I thought
this is a good one, guys. Like this might be if you've ever been interested, this might be the week to jump in. Take the first. If you do like that, like alien stuff, you'll like the first Dread, but it gives you a choice too. So like, I don't know.
They give you a lot of different flavors. There's a lot of different stories. There's at least 5 or 6 like solid stories in here. So you're getting a good bit. So even if you only like 3 out of the 5. Yeah, you still did well for your money when you come out.
And they're not all Dread, and they're different. So different artist styles and different, like, even if you like Dread, they'll give you 3 different versions of Dread stories. So like you'll get different art, you'll get a different story.
I'm glad you brought that up, the artist styles, because that takes us to our next book.
Okay,
Daredevil. This is Daredevil. I like the art, but I did not like the art for this book.
Really?
Yeah, it was too anime, too bright. Like this story, like feels like it should have been more like darker, like Mac. Like I want like something just
the Rogue
more,
Trooper or the Dread.
Like this needed just more dark, heavy shadows. This was a little too bright and a little too animated for the demons and the story.
That's not the problem I had with it. I actually really like the colors, and I like the simplicity of the backgrounds with the boldness of the reds and the outlinings of the black. The issue that I had with it is like, can we just get Elektra back with her titty showing out? And I'm not usually like that, but like, I don't. Well, like
I'm also not a huge fan
and then like
Elektra just being another.
Holy shit, that and then like I can't give it away. The ending, I don't.
Well, the ending is here. This isn't the ending, but Jesus, were you uncomfortable reading when she like doing sexy time talk? Like it was just an uncomfortable read there for a bit.
Yeah, the story was not.
Like she's biting her lip and talking about how I'm like, okay,
yeah.
I don't know if we need this now. You guys are standing in front of a dead body. Why are you doing this now?
Oh yeah, with the dead body, yeah, and then the end part too. I don't know.
But no, the art, like I said, I liked it. Like the art was very clean. It had a cool. I like that anime kind of vibe, but it didn't for me fit this story. I wanted more of that, like I said, the darker shadow. I'll see a little less, just more mood than anything.
It looked like Daredevil, the animated series, like on Fox in like the 90s, like so clean.
Yeah, because it was very bright and like
the cover does not match what was inside.
It didn't. You're right, but I actually didn't like the writing, so like I didn't care that the art didn't match because I at least took the art out of it. Yeah, hey BK, dude, we're not going to look like this and then talk about people. Like we're not doing that, bro.
So are we all thumbing it up, or we didn't give any crookeds, or
no? I'm going. I'm
not.
I'm crooked down. I'm actually crooked down.
I'm crooked down too. I didn't.
Really, dude, the story sucked, man. It like from the first little bit wasn't bad. If you're breaking it up into 4 portions, the second, third, and fourth part all sucked in this book. So
I've fallen behind, so I didn't know what the hell was going on, but I like the interaction with the priest.
That was the only part. Oh, right. So yeah, that was
it helped because it helped balance out like the beginning of it. I'm like, oh, let's not go this route.
So we have to split up into like
Matt
6
Murdock
parts.
blaming himself. Like,
Yeah, 4 out of 6 parts of this book was bad. So the crooked thumbs down.
and I didn't get the end.
Oh, I don't. Why were they going at it on the show?
No, in the end, because like there's a bit where he got
the
tore
end.
up. Like he got pretty tore up, and then he looked fine. I'm like,
yeah, but the thing,
he's
but
not
did you see
super like healer dude? Like if he got ripped up, like they just showed him getting ripped up.
But I'm also like with the thing that happens at the end when he gets the letter.
Yeah,
I'm not excited to what I'm not excited. I'm like, this is stupid.
Yeah, that's a bit one. I don't know exactly what that's all about because I haven't been reading it. I'm a little bit behind. 2, it was kind of teased at the beginning with the dude in the shadow, which did not work.
Okay.
I just didn't like that bit at all.
Yeah,
I mean, like that.
The priest thing was cool. Like protecting
the priest bit was cool.
That was cool. I wish they did more of that, but they did. All right, let's move on.
Hold on. Before there was one part of this that really bugged me when I was reading it, and there was this, like this art of Daredevil.
Did he whack himself in the head?
Yeah, like what is he doing?
He did.
Like in his face, it just looks so.
Yeah, it was a bit cartoony and a little. It kind of took away. I thought this story felt darker. Again, it wasn't well written.
No,
I agree with Mark.
It was so poorly written.
But still, it still felt like it needed a darker vibe. And the ambiance wasn't there.
I think we've killed this book to the death.
I think we killed it because again, maybe I'll go crooked up. But it is what it is.
I wouldn't buy it again.
All right. How about Moon Knight?
I'm asking for a refund on that book.
Fist of Khonshu.
All right. So after we reviewed it the first time, people told us we had to give it a second shot. I gave it a second shot.
No dice?
I don't know. I'm actually more confused now than I was before.
It didn't really do anything.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we've got 80 fucking Moon Knights now. I was just going like, hey, we kind of have the mystical world. We're bringing back older characters that had stuff to do. But then we're doing the fucking Hank Pym thing. Come on, man. Sorry. Fuck it. I'm spoiling this
you
shit.
Just spoiled it.
They don't know what I'm talking about.
No,
but it just doesn't serve purpose. Why even bring back
the Midnight? I mean, if you've been reading the Jen McKay run, you do get the Midnight Mission back, and Moon Knight's there. You got Hunter's Moon. You got the whole crew. They're all doing their business, but I still don't feel like much was accomplished. I mean,
8 Ball's trying to throw his junk in your face on the front cover. I mean, I just don't get it. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand. It wasn't like I was stopped reading. I almost was angry reading this at one point.
Angry. Well, I'm here. I'm crooked up because again, it wasn't crooked terrible.
Though.
It was. I just didn't feel like we really got anywhere. We're 2 issues in, and I don't know exactly. Apart from, hey, Moon Knight's back. I don't know what that means yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I want to give it. I think I went into this book wanting to give it a thumbs down, and I just couldn't do it. Because it wasn't necessarily bad. It didn't take longer. You know, like sometimes when the book's bad, you're like, fuck this. And you put it down, it takes longer to read. You pick it back up and you're like, shit, I have to get
because
through
it
this.
wasn't terrible. It's just
no. It just is like, what the fuck's the point?
Yeah, that's all I mean. Like we didn't really progress that far yet. It's like you're really pacing this shit for trade, aren't you? Like
I mean, yeah. Who keeps doing that? Brendan, I think you're right. Yeah, I think and I think actually, Pete, that's a greatest point. It does seem like they're pacing this for trade.
Like, you're just dragging this out. We don't have, like, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
That's all. That's my only problem. Like, we're 2 issues in now. All we got is he's back.
Well, also, too, and we'll talk about one of the characters they brought into this. And it's like, we're just using.
Crooked up, Marco?
Yeah, crooked up. We're using, like, fucking obscure Moon Knight villain characters now. This is what we're doing.
We'll get to them later. But
yeah, we'll get to that later.
What, Dub, did you get to this one?
I did, and I don't know. I didn't really. It's a crooked down for me. Like, I don't really. I don't want to read anymore.
I know you're not a big Moon Knight guy.
We're gonna read the third one because I'm hoping to get a thumbs down eventually.
I mean, like, 8 Ball. That's kind of cool to see, like 8 Ball and Tiger. You haven't seen her in a while, so hey, maybe there's some cool stuff in here. Like,
well, there was also. I will tell you that the back and forth between Moon Knight and 8 Ball was actually one of the better parts.
Mm-hmm.
But then you get the Tiger thing and the Pym thing.
Oh, when he goes to Tiger. Oh.
Yeah.
I love you, love you, love you. Thank you so much.
Well, like the thing with the car, and he hits the car thing. He goes, "Wait a minute, did you do this as a bad guy?"
It's here. We'll put it like this. This is kind of like a mild take it.
Yeah,
Keep it rolling.
Yeah,
Let's give it one more go. Let's keep it going. One more.
It ain't gonna be the first thing you're gonna read. I'll tell you that. And if it's the last thing, you're probably gonna want to.
He's gonna do one more.
All right, one more. What do I got? Oh,
we do got one more. We do got one more. We have the question. All along the watchtower.
Anybody else want to go first?
So I will go. I read this one as well. So I'm a fan of the question. I'm a fan of Renee Montoya. I have not kept up with the late. Like I knew she was the question, but I haven't.
They brought back.
Honestly, I haven't read.
Yeah, fair enough. She hasn't really been around much.
She ain't been around, so
gotcha.
That's probably why you haven't read her in a while.
I knew it was coming. It seemed like I felt like it was all being forced together, like her being there and put on here. It was kind of weird, but I like where they were going with it. Like, like we'll see. I like the mystery part of it. I like they're trying to figure something out. There's a bad guy that you think is one guy, but it's not him, and she's got to figure all that. So it's the first issue. Everything's kind of confusing. They're laying it out, and then something crazy happens at the end, of course, of the first issue to set up the whole thing and keep it going. So I like some of the characters that they're focusing on for her to be her crew.
Her crew.
Yeah. I do like that.
Interesting choices that they gave her.
Yeah. Ones that you don't really see highlighting a lot. So it's like a bunch of people that kind of belong with the question. If you think about it, they're all question type characters.
You're right.
Maybe other Charlton or other kind of from his time. I don't know. I'm going to read it again. I'll give it a crooked thumbs up.
Kind of clever how they did that because you were getting at, like they kind of gave you a tie to the timing.
Yeah, I don't want to give it away, but yeah.
But they also gave a tie to, hey, they kind of have a similar background to characters when you go to the other option that they brought in. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like,
I think you're missing
it too.
She's a female. I think you're missing the most important.
Where are you going, Dub? Before you go, Marco, where are you going?
Crooked thumbs up. He said
crooked thumbs up.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna read
I think you're missing the most important part of this book and the most important character that showed up in this book. The Creeper showed up in this book, so thumbs up. Thumbs up, 100% thumbs up. Creeper was in the book, 100% thumbs up. This is actually, if you take the Moon Knight book and you made it better, it'd be this book. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Well, I mean, this has a very specific kind of setup of what job she's been given, which again, I didn't know what to expect out of this book. I was not looking forward to this book. I will freely admit that. I was like, Jesus, I don't want to read this. But I read it and I'm like, you know what? Okay. I'm kind of in. Like, I'm kind of curious. Like, once I got into it and the setup, I'm like, all right, so they want her to be it's kind of Coplandish when you think about it. It's kind of like Copland. She's Freddy. Like, but we'll see where they go with it. But I'm on board for more. I'm on board to see where we're going. So
once again, if in the first 1/3 of the book, Creeper shows up, it's an automatic thumb up. So there you go.
Something I want to bring up is like there were some things that they explained while I was reading it that I didn't know. So and so's power is this now, and this happened. And I like the way they just put that in as part of the story.
You didn't feel lost.
Right. Which is kind of, I want to compare that to the G.I. Joe book that we read. And I get what you're saying, Pete, that it had to give us, a new reader, the thing, like the background and stuff. But like the way they did it here was so much smoother and like it kept the story going.
Yeah, you're right. It didn't feel like hey, call out, time out, everybody. Let's bring everyone up to speed. This character does this and this and this.
And
back to the regular
I like that a whole bunch.
And mind you, by doing it, it made you seem like she hasn't, like it made you seem like there was a book recently out as her as the question, which it hasn't been. It's been
exactly. Like it has been forever since she's.
I think that's a very valid point, Dub. I mean, that's what they should have done.
I mean, with the last bit, she was maybe guest starring in Detective? Like that's probably the last bit that she had. Right?
Yeah, maybe. All right,
Yeah, I
let's
don't
continue.
know. Yeah. I don't know.
But ultimately,
So,
that's it for our comics. Let's get on over to our streaming and television stuff because we do have a few things. Did you boys get caught up now? I know, Marco, you said last week you were behind. Did you get caught up on your Florida Man?
I did. I did. And it's unfortunate because like I've spent multiple weeks in different parts of Florida. And this part of Florida, although I spent months in the Keys and everything else, like this type of Florida on this story, the bunny story, is not. But I did watch. I watched the trailer park story. I was like, oh hell yeah, I know that.
Oh
place.
yeah, with Uncle Rico, Rico, trailer park, Denver, burn it down. Fantastic.
Well, the funny part was Denver was they have to know they're making fun of him. Also, too, with this one with the bunny lady, like she knows because they say stuff in it. But like, yeah, I mean, she's a Karen, and like they're definitely Florida people, and they're very eccentric. Like, it was wild, and what like at this point, if that stuff went down, like in my street,
I straight up wanted to punch everybody in the face on this show. Like I hated everyone.
Yeah,
I didn't like anybody. I didn't like any of them. Like, none of them were likable.
What about the one lady that started naming everything Bunny and it didn't even make sense? Like
none of it made sense.
Bunny Oakland Bridge. What are you talking about?
Yeah, none of it made sense. And then when they got to the bit where they're talking about your Karen, who's just showing up and she's drunk, and she's the guy like touches her, falling down. I'm like, oh my god,
he may have pushed her, not. But
it doesn't matter. I kind of
hold on. The best part about this episode, though, and I'm not going to give it, but make sure you watch because I was looking for the clicker to try to shut it off, and instead it started playing like the outtakes at the end of like the interviews when they were actually being honest. Mm-hmm. Watch that portion. That probably.
I did. I did. I watched that bit too. But still,
the rabbit thing's just stupid. Just what are we doing here?
I couldn't stand
the city council member. The city council member was funny. Where he's like, "It just fucking. This is Florida." He's like, "Yeah, it's Florida." Like, of course it went this way. So, I mean,
the whole bit they're telling the story like, "Oh, these people coming to save the bunny, they were destroying everything." I'm like, seriously.
Yeah, they were like, "There's baby bunnies everywhere."
It's like dog house. There's
but I mean, like they did bring up a solid point. It like we've had issues before where they've used different people to contract stuff out here and not told anybody, and then random people start showing up on your property, and like I can understand why some people could like, hey, okay, you're gonna grab the rabbit. Now we got some random dude on like. I've gone back there and the kids are going to go out in the backyard. We don't really have fences here because it's lake property, right? Like, so like, and then all of a sudden there's some grown ass men in the backyard. Yeah, I got my guns out. Like, no, what are we doing here?
Bit. But my problem is like the Karen lady, you know, the one they were interviewing the whole time. Like, she doesn't even live there.
Oh no, when she came into that, yeah, like
none of your fucking business.
Yeah, no. So I had on my porch one time. Not even from our neighborhood, complaining about something that's a street issue. Okay, like an issue on the street, and we don't have an HOA, but we have a loose group of people, and I unfortunately have been tasked with being in charge of all that nonsense. So she, who had no business about anything, was on my porch, and at the point I said, "I'm going inside." I come back out. You better not be here, and came back out, and she was there, and then she got really scared and left. And like, but like, I get that. So like,
I gotta just go.
Yeah, like you got to get out of here, dude. Like, this is just nonsensical. So, like, I get that portion of it, but like,
all right. So ultimately, what are you giving this one? Because
I still give this a crooked thumbs up because it's better than that first bullshit issue.
Oh, I'll still agree with you. I did not love the first one. It still wasn't that bad. This was the worst by far. I just could not stand it.
No, the first one was the worst.
I was legit just trying to...
And plus, the outtakes on this was good. So
I was working on another thing. I actively tried to avoid. My wife and I put it on. I'm like, I can't take these people. Like,
plus, I watched the trailer park one after this one too.
Another show or something. I couldn't do it. So
all right, what's next?
Well, considering you get crooked, I went full. I'm telling you.
See how Dub took off? It might have been his in-laws in that video, by the way. It might have been his in-laws on the show.
Yeah,
sorry, Spooky.
They love their bunnies. They love their bunnies.
Yeah.
All right. Up next, Dune: The Prophecy.
How good is this? Was it only one episode?
There's only one.
I tried. Yeah, I was so pissed because all of a sudden I was like, okay, cool. It's gonna go in the next episode. Something else came on HBO. I'm like, what the fuck is this bullshit?
And then I tried to go back and find 6. I don't know if I'm sure, but
this was good, dude.
It's gonna be short, but
I got questions about this.
I got a lot of questions.
Okay, let's talk about it later. Maybe we'll talk about put this on for next week so we can talk about it. Guys, we're gonna talk about Dune next week, so make sure you watch it for next week. And we're gonna talk about we'll talk about what we think about episode 2, and we're gonna spoil episode 1 next week because there's some things in there. But holy shit, was this good? Holy shit, was this good?
I will admit it took a little while for me to kind of settle in.
This sucks.
And get into it.
Your ma.
But
what are you talking about, Zaggy?
I think a lot of people don't like the current Dune. They think it's too slow, it's too boring, but
that's how Dune always was, though. Like it has.
No, that's what I'm saying. I like it. Like
the problem that I have with Dune, the problem that I have with the original Dune was it was that even for what was going on there, maybe it's because Star Wars came out at the same time. The technology was shit for what they were showing you. Okay.
Oh yeah, with Lynch.
This is the opposite. This is good story, better storytelling, I would say, than Star Wars, and at the same time, no longer shit like cinematically, like very well done cinematically. Combining, it gives you the feeling of the Reddick line with a Star Wars, like it gives you all this. It gives you great sci-fi.
There was a lot. I mean, I felt like the whole like preview bit, like when they were like in the past, kind of
slow like farts, Saggy. Slow farts.
I mean, it's not for everybody.
Yeah, it's not for everybody.
People don't like the slow chess piecing movie. They want checkers. They don't want
checkers. Yeah, but it's like I don't know.
This show is definitely.
How do you like Game of Thrones and then not like this? I guess I don't know. Whatever. Thumbs up for me too, bro. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm into this. Like this.
Really dig.
I like this kind of sci-fi.
That guy. Hey, I got questions on the guy to the left.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, we gotta talk about that. Because I think something, and I want to ask you about it. So,
all right. Well, we'll see. I will tell you this.
I'm not muting Zaggy.
Everybody's not making any more World of Warcraft, dude. Because that dude was in World Warcraft, the movie, the Duncan Jones movie.
That was a shit movie, but
that was not shit. I liked it.
It was a shit movie. I liked it, but it was no. Hold on. I liked it, but that was a shit movie. Dude.
It wasn't shit.
It was like C. It was like a C. It was like no. Next, what do we got next?
God, he did Moon. Moon was great too.
The fucking writing of that was
no. I mean, it was a little goofy at times, but outside of that, I still wanted.
It was fun, but it was shit. It was shit. Okay, what's up next?
All right, outside of that, we have boom, 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 the Tyson fight.
Okay, this is actually where I'll agree with BK. I think it was round 2 with a minute 30 left. Tyson laid a right hand into Jake Paul. Is this guy's name? Jake Paul?
Yep, Jake Paul.
And you saw it. If you know anything about boxing, you saw it. It was done. And Tyson went forward. And then you notice that Tyson doesn't have a left fucking leg anymore. Because if he had a left leg, he would have done just like a quick combo and Paul would have been done. And the minute that you saw that he didn't have a left leg,
not even that. What about there's one where he pulled back. He had a cleared shot with his right hand, right to his head.
It was right around that time. Yeah, it was right around.
That's what I'm saying. He had a clear shot and he held back.
Which I don't get that because I mean I know it's an exhibition, but then the Paul kid was kind of an asshole later because in the 5th round after Pice, and here's the other thing that I don't think the announcers have ever watched a fucking boxing match in their life.
Well,
because they're like, oh, Jake Paul connected 52 hits. If you look at the hits that Mike was taking, they weren't hard hits. If you look at it, it was turn hits every time. And
glancing blows at best.
Yeah, I mean
this was oh my god, this was terrible.
It was bad. Why Tyson? I mean, Tyson could have taken him in the first, which I think he should have. I think they had money on it because if you heard him talk ahead of time, they said nobody has. Well, but even with the leg that disappeared, you're right. He pulled that one shot back in the right, but he had Paul's eyes were in the back of his head after that hook. And if anybody's ever watched Tyson fight before, his move was to do that hook and then he'd come in real quickly, the double tap, and get him on the chin.
I'm old for boxing purposes. Athletic boxing is a tough sport. You got to be in shape.
That girl's fight was
actually physically exert yourself for an actual fight. It takes a lot. I'm old as shit. You got to add a decade plus.
Naysayer, that fucking girl's
is where Tyson is.
Every fight on that card was dog shit. It was an exhibition.
No. The girl fight wasn't bad. Actually,
it was not good. That fight. What? That fight was not good.
It wasn't. I'm not saying it was great. It was a fight. That's all. Girl fight wasn't bad either. But damn, that cut. Look,
BK. There was 3 hooks that Tyson threw in that match, and BK. If you know anything about when Tyson fought early on, when Tyson throws that hook, the one that he threw in the first and the second round where he throws that hook, he throws a 3-part combo after that, and it's lights out. He threw the hook, it dazed Paul, and then he didn't do it, but then he did the 3-part combo. He did the 3-part combo later in like round 5. So yeah, I mean, it definitely was.
58 years old. He doesn't have that hitch in his step where he can throw the hook and then move in and capitalize.
Well, he had it though. He threw the hook. He went in to throw the combo, and then you saw him back out. And like it was like he was shocked that he was shocked that he didn't know the finishing combo. But then in the 5th round, for some reason, with 2 minutes left in the 5th round, he like throws the combo in the air. Like he didn't even throw it at anybody. He did the triple combo right in the end. You're like, wait, where the fuck was that in round 1 and 2 when you actually had the energy? Yeah.
What are you punching at?
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, the guy's 50 foot long and he's gone. I didn't understand it. I will tell you, I did not like, even if you're going to have an exhibition and you're going to fuck around, like, don't stick your tongue out and then like sitting there and having the announcers know nothing about boxing.
This was some fucking some Snoopy in Out of Sight shit. Like, man, he bragging about winning a rigged fight. Like,
it definitely was. You could tell it was a rigged fight.
Dancing around.
But even the announcers are like, it was 100 punches to 20. It's like, no, you're calling contact punches. Like those punches would not count. Like those punches wouldn't count in a real fight. Like, what fucking boxing rules are? Have you never seen boxing in your life? Like it's not a straight like they called that bouncing off the top left part of Tyson's head when he's scuff punching him. Like, he was doing the pushing. He's deflecting. It was like a deflect and it bings, right? That's not a contact punch. That's a swipe. They counted that as power punches. Yeah.
No,
like, what
I know.
Like, in what world is that a fucking power punch?
Ultimately,
my fucking aunt throws a powerful punch, and she's fucking 90 than that shit, dude.
I know, and a lot of people are like, "Well, it was fixed, it was rigged." Like, I don't want to say it was fixed or rigged.
It was. It was. No, and this is why I think it was, Pete. Because before they kept going, just check out the lines right now. This thing's not going 6 rounds. That's for sure. It's either going Paul in the thing or Tyson in the second. There's no way it's going 6 rounds.
This is honestly what I think it is. It wasn't a matter of it being fixed or hey or anything like that. It was a matter of Tyson's 58 years old. One, he doesn't want to be embarrassed. So he's not going to be throwing punches and exposing himself.
That's the only thing.
I'm just going to go out there, do my thing, not get knocked out because I don't want to look like a fool. 2, I also don't want to make him look like a fool. So I'm just going to take my take my payday, go out here, do the bare minimum.
I wonder if there's verbiage in that contract that he didn't get paid $20 million if it didn't go the full route. Because that second round, I literally thought he lost his leg in that second round. I'm not joking. Like he looked like the only reason. So I've had my right knee is completely redone, like ACL, MCL, meniscus, PCL. But the patella got out of place and I threw it back in. So what it looked like was when it looked like he had tore out his knee, how he stopped on the left for the combo. So I was like, oh shit, he's done because he tore his leg out. But then, like I said, in round 5 and 6, he's throwing the fucking combo leading left. Like, what the fuck? Like, so he didn't do that. He stopped. He purposely didn't knock him out. He had him. He had him. He didn't have him in round 4, 5, and 6. That's sure as shit. He was, but his legs weren't also as done as everybody was saying.
That is fair. That is true. But we're not talking about Logan. We're talking about Jake.
Here's the other thing. Here's the only thing that I thought. Because they were fighting with 14 ounces, I was wondered if he was worried because the hit didn't feel as strong as it would with 8. So like maybe he felt like it was a fake daze and he felt he was being set up for a reverse combo. Because when he drops that combo, he exposes himself. So maybe he was feeling that, like, I'm not going to do that.
He didn't want to look foolish and get knocked out by a dude doing fucking internet dances on TikTok and be like, this fucking Disney kid just knocked me the fuck out. Yeah,
I don't know what you just said there, but like I think that's my only other thought was, did he pull back because of the 14s didn't feel? But you saw it. I mean, that's a lot more padding.
This week of this kid beat Mike Tyson, and they showed him dancing in his fucking bedroom or doing this Disney introduction, all the dumb shit.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, okay, yeah, but that's what. But BK, you have to remember they're wearing 14 ounce. I mean, they were literally wearing padding.
Yeah, the gloves
they're huge. I mean, it's double the amount. Like, that's a lot different. Like, you're almost doing sparring at this point. Like.
You know, pads do make a difference. I mean, you'll get stunned, but it's not the same.
So is it true that he wasn't allowed to do uppercuts? Is that a true statement?
I don't know, but that's the finishing off move on his tri combo, and he didn't like who? Mike, maybe because
Tyson was not allowed to do uppercuts according to contract. I don't know if that's true.
That's true. If that's true, that would make sense because that is his finishing combo, and that would make sense why he's why he paused
plenty of times. He knocks you out with the uppercut real quick.
Yeah, he gets you the top and then drops you. You go ba 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 ba. Yeah, and I mean that's where he was twice in the match.
Bang! He just catches you right in the jaw.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I think at that point, so maybe that was it. Maybe it did click through his head, like, hey, because you saw, like, I wish I probably could go back and pull it up. Maybe we'll do it for next week. There's a point where you see in the video, he goes for it and just, that's why I thought he blew his knee out. Because I was like, you know, he probably powered forward. Look, because he did go forward for it. He had him up here. He went forward for it. And when he drops that hand, that combo's coming. And he went like this and then like, and then went back and just stopped. So he did almost die in June. That is true. Yeah.
All right. Well, Tyson fight aside, we have one more thing here in our stream.
It was embarrassing. And then I just prayed that he didn't fall on his ass.
Now,
show his butt like he did in the locker room.
Marco mentioned he watched this week. So I said, after figuring out what the hell he was talking about, because you have to read Marco text to understand what he had put in there. But once I figured it out on Hulu, and I actually watched this when I worked from home the other day.
Shine.
I watched the dude, this was good.
So for those people that don't know, Shine,
I didn't know the whole story. Like that's part of it. Like I remember it vaguely.
I love Shine, dude.
I remember it vaguely, but I don't remember much. I put it on the IG post. I went with his Bad Boy song.
Yeah. Whoa. So Shine was a rapper that after Biggie had passed away, people sometimes had hinted that he sounded a lot like Biggie. He had done a Bad Boy song and stuff was good, but people most might know him for Club 21. Was it Club 21? I think it was, where he was in Club 21 with Puffy and J-Lo while they were dating, and the club got shot up. Shine is the one that they let take the fall for that.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, it was very interesting because his lawyer said if he threw the gun away, it would have been fine. But now he's like going to be the prime minister of
Belize.
Belize in Central America. Yeah. What's that?
What? I'm doing Ocean's 11. I've never been to Belize. Dude, he's got a crazy story. Like,
isn't that cool? But no, here's the good thing. Like, he wasn't there long enough to be Diddy, no Diddy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
he's like just when they started off, he's like the bastard son of like the was it like the deputy prime minister of Belize and just
who becomes? I think his dad became the prime minister of
yeah.
Belize.
I think his dad became the prime minister, but he was
So here he didn't even explain it. So
It's
let me
crazy.
explain what happened. His dad got with this chick and they got down and boogie. She got pregnant. He then is moving up in the ranks and started dating somebody else. And when she started dating somebody else, because of the political power that came with that person, he kind of still was seeing the old girlfriend, but had a kid. And the new chick was like, you cannot see your kid at all.
Yeah.
Like none. And he's like, well, I still want her or whatever. So the mom left Shy in Belize.
Yeah, mom went to the States to work. Mom went to the States to work, left Shine at with aunts and uncles.
No, so then the uncle picked him up, and which was, I don't think that's his brother. I don't think that's Shine's dad's brother. I think that's the mom's brother.
I think
where he lived. And then Shine's dad would come and visit Shine and lie to his fiance, who became his wife, about it. And then they'd get in fights back and forth. To one point, I think Shine asked something, and dad said, well, you're a bastard and not even my real kid. I have a different family now.
Yeah.
And then Shine went to New York.
Yeah, there was some good, because even the dad, like I liked how they handled it though. Because even the dad was saying, look, he didn't shy away from it. He's like, I said some things like I can't take.
He goes,
back.
I don't want to rehash it. Yeah, he's like,
I said some things to him that I can't take back, but like this is where we're at now. And I was like, that's very honest.
But also too,
real.
let's be very clear. The reason why Shine is going to be the prime minister of Belize is because his dad and his uncle pretty much paved the way for him to do it. They said it.
He has a name. And I thought it was not hilarious, but it was odd when they brought the bit when they did the whole Club 21 thing where Diddy you got screwed. I mean,
he got screwed bad.
He got screwed. I mean, there's no other way to put it. And they even get back to it later. But when he being in prison and then dudes go to prison, they convert to Muslim,
comes there,
whatever. He went Orthodox Jew. He was like,
or the little C's part that was with that was pretty funny.
But his explanation was like, I'm not going to go to the plug. Who knows the plug? Who knows the plug?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was like, that's some funny shit. Like
he is very intelligent and says a lot of cool things. And then they show like the relationship with him and Diddy, and then why he did something, and then why they had another falling out. And he legitimately, like, he sounds like me sometimes when I talk about other people that I've had falling outs with, where it's like, that's them though. I don't give a shit about
he's like, I wasn't. He's like, I made my peace with what happened.
Yeah,
but
he
at the same time, dude, still
did. Like, I got shit to do. Yeah, like that doesn't mean I'm gonna be friends with those motherfuckers. And it's
like,
really,
I ain't a rat. Like, I was like, I ain't gonna rat, but that's just me.
He ain't a rat, but people sure did say what happened. Because the one lady that got shot in the face was like,
I said the whole time, Diddy shot me in the face. Nobody
he goes, yeah, I did the time. Ask the witness what happened. She's there. What'd she say?
Diddy shot me in the face.
He shot me in the face 100 times. They had her saying, Diddy shot me in the face. Woof, woof, woof.
Like, well, they put this poor guy in jail. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Well, good for him, though. Good for him. It's a good story. It was
very interesting. Even like my wife came home she was in the office and she came and said, what the hell are you watching? And I actually explained the whole thing because I was like, this is actually interesting.
It's really good. I told you it was going to be good. I mean,
it was. Well, you didn't tell me it was going to be good. You just said you watched it.
Oh, I said watch it. Well, I recommended you to watch it. I said we need to watch it.
You were right, though. You were right. It was actually good. I did enjoy it.
So thumbs up. I'm giving this thumbs up. I really enjoyed it. I mean, I knew I was going to enjoy it, but I didn't know if it was up to
I had no idea what I was getting into.
I didn't even know if
I will
knew
give you that perspective. I still enjoyed it. Like, this was very, very well done. It was very interesting. The takes they get on it. It was good. It was pretty good.
Yeah. Glad you enjoyed it. He did, Black Spider, but
that's it, though.
paid.
That's all we got. That's
all we got?
reviews.
Cool.
That's all we got.
We've got something next week. If you guys want to catch up on it real quickly, it's Say Nothing. We're going to be watching Say Nothing next week.
Say Nothing.
Ooh.
We are?
Yeah. Say Nothing. I think it's on, it could be on Hulu. It's about the
It's about the IRA.
Okay.
And it's actually true. Like there's a character in there. Like it's not going to seem like it's true, but you'll see at the end they said like this character says this guy because he was originally
You're gonna get Brad Pitt doing an awful Irish accent.
No, but there's a guy who was in the party and he's always said like he had nothing to do with the IRA, and it's kind of interesting. Then maybe I'll tell some old stories. But next up we've got what do we have left?
We got well, I guess I can run the under the radar bit for you.
Let's go.
All right, let me run you the thing.
Okay. CBS. We've gone back to this. You people have loved it. I've added a little bit to the end though. I also got your comments about how you want to do the thing where we're doing, but Pete was starting to do dollar bin digging again. So we kind of got away from that under the radar, went back to the hot 10 reviewing thing that we were doing. And now this one will be a combination of the two. I will try to do it every time for those people that don't know. When we're not doing the top 10 thing, we will do an under the radar on the books that we read. I would go like first appearance of the characters. So. Yeah. So that's kind of how it was because it was originally the C list. So we're going to do a little bit of the old school C list at the end, but let's get through this. First off, we're doing all incentives. Now this was because something that happened last week when we were told we didn't do enough.
Specific. Let's be more specific. We're all doing DC incentives for today.
Yeah. So we're doing DC incentives today because we were told there wasn't enough DC on the list, which last week, arguably, there may not have been. Okay, so here we go. Peter says, I didn't take out when this was, but I have the rest of the dates there. This is Power Girl number 6, 1 in 25. Raws are now $80. This is what Peter says. I still like this cover, but missed out like many blah, 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 blah. LCS. How many people carry LCS Power? Yeah. Okay, got it. Power Girl. Who orders that? Right, I get it.
Yeah, it's Power Girl's not a heavily ordered book. Yes, they have incentives. But
this makes sense because later on, too, as you know, people liked it. So I went back. For those people that don't know, there's a guy named Trey. There's a guy named Trey who originally owned CBSI, and he actually first started doing the CBSI top 10 list.
Yes, he did.
So we are going to go back there. But remember what Pete said here because it's similar to what we were going to say there. So back then, $80. I looked it up. $110 on this bit.
Really? Man, I do like this damn. I am a
multiple
Panosian homer. I like Dan Panosian. He's come a long way from being a Rob Liefeld acolyte, where he was just inking Rob's and doing that. She does
seem. This is the only problem. She does seem like she has a little bit of a cod piece on, but besides that,
well, I mean, she's a beefy gal.
Cool, but yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I really
am a loser because I go home to Scarlet every night.
All right, now here's an interesting one. This was Harley Quinn number 37, the 1 in 50.
Oh, this is a Bruce pick right here. We should have had Bruce on for this.
Almost a year ago. Well, I'm going to tell you something. Bruce might be happy with this. Not a ton of sales this week. So just a couple more selling from 165 to 200. However, a high of 310. All right. Love it or hate it. There are not many of these out there, it seems. Mm-hmm. None listed as this writing, and folks are willing to spend to get one. Well, he's not wrong because that hasn't changed. Back then, it wasn't 50 to 50. It was 165 to 310. But the last raw to sell, and there's not a lot. There's none listed for sale as of when I was looking into this. There was none listed for sale, and only one book had sold this quarter because that's when we look at it. We only look for a quarter, so pretty much September, October, November. And a raw sold for $300 in indiscriminatory grade. So like what Pete said wasn't wrong. There's still not a lot of these out there.
There he is.
There you go. Yeah, it is fucking ugly. I agree.
I mean, it is.
I agree. I don't like this one at all. Yeah, I don't like it at all.
This cover, like, is this supposed to be like from a video game? I mean,
it's unsettling.
Yeah,
I don't even think it's unsettling. I'm just like, yeah, this is fucking whatever.
It's really... I think Terry Floyd said it best.
Yeah, I agree with Terry.
Well, this year, 2024, was the year of Fugly. Remember we had the Hitch cover with Beast? Remember that shitty Beast?
Oh, yeah, the shitty Beast.
Remember shitty Thrawn? Remember that?
Well, hold on. Would you stop? Because, hey, would you stop?
Okay. Well, they're not in this list. They're not in this one, but we need content for other stuff. So we could tease.
All right, here we go. Also speaking, 2023, December 2023 list. Peter says prices climbed from ratio to highs of $50 this week. Let's see what's going on with this one. I actually like this one a little bit better.
Look at she's dancing. She's got like a little groove going.
Back then it was $15 to $50. Currently, currently, and there's multiple sales on this too. It's around $35. 9/8, however, this was the crazy part, right? Raw were selling for 35, but the only one 9/8 sold, and it sold for $59.
59.
I did not understand that, but somebody got a good deal.
Is this a Zerdy? Is it Zerdy?
I think it's a Zerdy. I think you're right. I think it's a Zerdy.
Yeah, it's a Zerdy.
Oh, okay.
I probably should have put who the artist was, but yeah, it says it right there in the corner. It is a Zerdy. Yep. All right, so that one did fall. You're right.
Recognize the signatures.
All right, I think we use this one on the thumbnail.
Yes, we did.
Said selling for $100 to $200. Crazy high sale of $275. It's crazy because of premium on a ratio book. I think it's a 125, right?
150.
So that's pretty high for a DC. Birds of Prey number 2, 1 in 50.
275. Like that's
yeah, 275 was huge. This book back then, I didn't change the numbers again on this one, my bad. But right now, it's because its average raw was $25, 9/8. However,
it's only $25.
Yeah, because there was 3 books. They sold for around that price, and then 9/8 sold for $245.
Oh, I might go shopping for a raw.
Yeah, that's not a bad deal for that.
Not, it's weird. You're gonna see some weird stuff with these DC
all
books.
You bubblegum collectors, there you go.
I think some of this fell under. Like, it's not a ton of sales, mind you. I'm just telling you, not a ton of sales.
No, and I get it.
And maybe one of the books isn't near mint. Okay, but that's what the sales are on it.
Hey,
that's the sales are.
You're right. You're
all
right.
Right.
Report what happens.
Next up, Peter says, and only in this quarter. So, like, you're limited to a couple months here. Prices have been mostly around $40 to $50, a high of $70. We'll see how this one goes over the next weekend. This was September of 23. Harley Quinn, red, black, and black, white, and red are number 3, number 125. Yeah,
I actually got this one.
$40 to $70. This, once again, none were listed and none sold raw. So, like, good luck finding the fucking book. But a 9/8 did sell in this period for $265.
This was the one. I don't remember. Was it Joe? I don't know if it was Joe or Bruce who brought up the stubble because of the paint splashes down in the tummy area that they mentioned in the stubble. I couldn't.
No, T. Jones. These aren't keys. These are just pervert books.
No, I know. These were just incentive variants that kind of popped the week they came out, and they
made our top 10 list, so we're kind of checking them out. See where they're at nowadays. Okay, everybody knows this. Nort's Illustrated. Dude, I had to hear fucking Bruce week in and week out when we're trying to give Pete books that we suggest for the top 10 list. Fucking just drool over this horse shit and try to sell Joe on it so they could get the dual jerk off on this book.
To be fair, this for like 2 or 3 weeks, this kept going up.
Selling double ratio, $60 to $75, $100. 112. It actually went for more the next week, but September 8th,
it did go for more than
2023. Went up a little bit more, went up to 120. So 75 to 120 back then. Raw's now 45 to 81. Kind of came back down a little bit, and 9/8 selling for under $100 at $99, but that's pretty close to 100. So it did come back. Yeah, it came back down.
This was the book that had different like interior stuff too, right? Those multiple things.
Well, it was like just like a pinup book. Like it's just.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
this is just like the swimsuit edition of DC. Like it was pinup stuff.
Oh, really, BK?
Oh,
well,
that sucks.
That sucks, man. Hopefully, it's not anybody we know.
Well, hey, now you can go buy one for cheaper.
Yeah, now you can buy one cheaper. All right, next up, we've got another black, white, and redder. Number 5, the 1 in 25. Hips aplenty. Peter says selling for $50. Since release, price has begun to rise. 75 sales, high of 90. So, like, you know, there's a couple of sales out there for 75, but it was averaging about $50. This was in 2023. All these were doing pretty good in 2023. Back then, $50 to $90. Guess what? So there's the sale that actually happened was $70 on this book. There's only one sale for it. 9/8 at 150. This is where it got weird because of that other book when we're doing the bubblegum one where it was averaging 35, but then the 9/8 was higher up. And then you saw this where it was very close between the 9/8 and the raw sale. You know, what are you going to do? Fucking explain comics someday to somebody. But still, pretty good book for a one. Wasn't this a 1 in 25?
Card's not covered. Like, as long as it wasn't dropped on the fucking floor, like, there's no reason you shouldn't get a 9/8 out of this shit.
But what's the date on this? Isn't this been a year? It's been a year.
Yeah.
It's been almost a year. It's still in the $70
you're
range.
more. It was September, yeah.
Yeah. Hit or miss last couple months. Okay. Peter says we didn't see what Peter
I didn't
says.
say anything.
Bird praise number 3, 1-25. November
This followed
10th.
up bubblegum. This followed
Back
up
then it was 15 to 50. All right. Yeah, this did. Raw's now still in that $20 to $32 range, which is interesting. And I wonder maybe that's why the bubblegum, because they were so close to each other, because this is what, number 3, right?
Yep.
And number 2, and it had similar stuff.
This is
maybe
125 though.
Yeah, this is a 125, right? But you
I'm
know,
just saying
mislabeling and
that
stuff.
Bubblegum unfortunately got dragged down by this guy.
9.8 for 180. So like the numbers look better on this one. Yeah, they are putting out a lot more, and people will get used to. But what I'm telling you with these books is, I think I even made comments on some of them saying like this shit's not gonna hold, and on some of them it didn't. But some of them, the prices are pretty strong on these. Like they have held. Pervs, and I think part of the problem is because Pervs won't sell their books.
Yeah, I mean,
especially afterwards, they're not 9.8s anymore. After they get
without saying Pervs, just to say like the female character covers for DC in 2023 were a thing. They were a thing. There was a stretch where DC was banging them out like. Boom,
there's a lot of unidentified substances.
Who you want? We got
Black
Canary. We got Harley. We got your Zatanna. We got what you want. We got it. We got it for you. They were doing it, Starfire, etc. It's kind of cooled off since then.
Like she's having this one does? No, this doesn't. Oh, 3. Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh, that was the stubble
one. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like,
Sanford Green.
Yeah. Sanford Green.
I like that. I got that one.
So since we were doing DCs, I decided to go all into the way back tunnel. Like them or hate them. Like them or hate them. Trey sometimes would hit home runs, and Trey said 2 of these sold for $370 last Sunday, 640 copies out there. Now the numbers.
He did the ratio math that I do. I mean, what we had.
But how many shops ordered 100 copies of this? This was in 2015 of February. This is Wonder Woman number 38, 1 in 100s. Now, if you remember 2015, 16, and 17, 1 in 100s were a huge thing. Even with DC, the Lee 1 in 100s and stuff, a lot of them had lost a ton of value. Let's see what this Finch does. Back then, $370. Now, Raws are still selling for $295 to $400. And by the way, the $295 is the outlier in this group of selling of multiple books in there. It's closer to that $350 to $400 mark. And by the way, 9.6s, because you couldn't find a 9.8, selling for $300. I think there's some lunatic asking like $1,500, $1,600 for a 9.8 in this book out there. So, yeah, I mean, this book is still good. I mean,
you said lunatic. I'm not saying that's too far off from where that book is sold.
No, I didn't mean it like that. I
know. I'm just saying.
Where do you think the 9.8 should be?
They just reissued this too.
I know they did a foil and some other bullshit.
This dumb shit.
And you thought it would have brought the numbers down, but it didn't. It didn't bring it down at all.
It usually makes the numbers go up, though, right?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
It reminds the big
this book is
that,
like
hey,
this book is what this book is.
Yeah.
I need to get one of the real ones, not these.
Yeah, this book.
I'm a fan of Finch. Finch is. I like Finch.
Man, if you find this in the collection,
I like this cover. I mean,
you get paid.
She does have a flat ass. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, she definitely doesn't have a Greek ass in this. No. All right. Since foils all the fucking rage, I decided to do some. You'll see some stuff. So I did Wonder Woman in the North. Then I did that. Now Peter comes back. Open order foil variant. Real cool Joker cover. That's the key.
It is.
Price quickly went from $8 to $15, $20 to $25 with a high of $35. This book is back down. It was back then $20 to $35 is now $15 to $20. You can sneak out a $10 one here or there.
One of these books is not like the others.
$35.
Dude, it costs you $30 to grade this goddamn thing.
Yeah, it looks terrible when you actually see it. The foil's fucking dog shit. Actually, Pete, I think, mentions that in this thing, but we're not SNS. We don't read the whole paragraphs.
I remember this one.
But here we go, because Trey was a big, or is, he might still be around.
He was a big Joker guy back
then. Yeah, he loved DC.
He was DC. Still alive?
I don't know.
I think so.
I thought Betty White was still alive. I know Betty White I knew was dead. All right, dried up on eBay, and if it does show up, it's now a $85 to $100 book. Unique Joker covers. See, this is where we're talking about the Joker thing, linking it back to the beginning. See how we did that? It's a loop. This isn't like top 10s where people say we don't know why these books are on here. They actually give good reasoning. Unique Joker covers have a huge market, and this is one of the best ones ever drawn. That's debatable, but
that's a bold statement.
Yeah, well, I mean, that is
reaching right there.
So here we go. Salvation Run number 7, 2008, Neil Adams. It's a 1 in 25. February 13th, 2015. It did not fare well. Yeah, this one didn't. This one kind of fell
tough to find, though. I think
85 to 100.
Snuck one because I think people
it's still.
don't know
but hold on now. Hold on now. This is a 1 in 25.
Yeah,
10 years later, still selling above ratio. So what are you telling me?
I get that, but I still think that one that sold at ratio, it sold there because I bet you, especially with that price, somebody stupidly put this up at auction. Nobody is looking for this book right now.
Yeah.
You don't put this kind of book up for auction. No one. This book is legit hard to find. It is. Don't auction this shit.
Yeah.
This person could have put this up, let it sit for $100, $150. They probably would have got it had they been patient, but they didn't.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe. All right. So there we go. I mean, I know you guys are enjoying it, so we're gonna keep doing that. We'll throw in some old OG hot CBSI Hop 10 stuff. I never even know what the thing's called. I'm on the show half the time too. But we'll do that, and then we will also lose our sound. So that's cool.
That was just you. We're fine.
Yep, can't hear anything. Awesome. But here we go. So we're going to do some under the radar first appearances. Not a ton, but since we did review the Moon Knight thing this week, we are going to review a couple characters they showed up in Moon Knight. Now? Yep, I do. There we go. You're back. All right. First off, 8-Ball, and I actually found his power card, so I decided to share that with you.
Nice.
Powers and abilities for 8-Ball. For those people that did not know, 8-Ball was the guy that was on number 2 and forcing his junk in your face on the front cover. His power is none. He's a skilled gymnast with expert pool player. He's experienced.
He fucking
hold on
that shit.
He's railing that too, right to Sleepwalker. He's an expert pool player, experienced design of missile propulsion systems, and gifted inventor. His weakness is that he's a human. I don't know who did this card, but it's fucking hilarious.
His weakness, he's human.
He has a bulletproof metal helmet. He's got a stretchy costume, a hover rack of floating 8-balls.
Wait, what about the rest of them?
Special weaponry. What do you mean?
His helmet is bulletproof, but what about the tights he's wearing?
No, they are just stretchy.
They're just tights.
Yes.
Most people shoot at the body. Tights. They don't just shoot
stretchy tights. They're stretchy tights. He has a giant. He also has giant floating explosive balls. The place where you can find them, Sleepwalker number 2. So when you see Sleepwalker number 1, just pick up Sleepwalker number 2. It's only a couple dollars, $5 or under for the book. There you go.
He has exploding balls.
He has exploding balls. Yes, he has exploding balls. Exploding balls.
You grab your Sleepwalker 1s, your Sleepwalker 2s, and the one that has the Halloween mask on it.
Yes, but here we go. Dub, do you know why we know this is 8-Ball's first appearance?
Hold on, let me see here. It's because he's on the cover, and the name's on the cover.
The name's on the cover too. Yes, and he's on the inside.
Wow.
Yeah. And actually, if you look at it underneath it's really cool because underneath the Marvel comic sign, look who's in the little area where he's actually in there too.
He's
a trifecto for 8-Ball. 8-Ball. I don't know where MJG is, but there's 8-Ball.
Nice.
Then also too, because we had Cubis. Okay, so I would like to explain this to you. So there's this group right here. I think it starts off in 49 called the Hellbent. The Hellbent are pretty much pre-humans that had sex with like almost god humans, and they created these.
You said pre-humans?
Yeah, kind of. I don't know how else to explain it. It was like not the first.
Like, what are we talking about here?
No, it was like the first. So there's supposed to be like a first go at humanity, and then there was like these overpowered like.
Do we want
to focus on that?
Can't we just focus in on the fact that it looks like a playing card? The cover's kind of cool.
Oh, the cover's cool. Yeah. So that's Mark Spector Moon Knight number 52.
Yeah. No,
but
go
in
ahead,
there, Hellbent's there. This is not what the Cubist looks like. The Cubist looks like what's the picture? The abstract pictures where they have like the hard designs and the eyeballs here
It's
and
like
the mouth over here.
Picasso, Salvador
Cubism,
Dali
yeah,
type
whatever
shit.
Cubism is. I mean, like whoever does Cubism stuff, yeah, like a Picasso type thing, I guess. So
Well,
Cubist
Picasso
is one.
wasn't really Cubist, but
No, he's not. That's not what we're talking about. What's the guy that has the clocks that melt?
that's Dali.
Starts with an S.
Dali.
Yeah,
Salvador
Dali.
Dali.
Yeah, okay.
But that's more like I forget what that's called.
No, what the fuck ever. I'm not
Hey,
teaching an arts class here.
Cubist is a whole separate thing. I took
No.
art history in college.
Yeah.
I don't remember a lot of it, but I took it.
Okay. So, anyways, point being, it's $2.50 on my comic shop. Great, thank you. The Cubist's powers, because there was like this like messed up thing. She controls for a pheromone, like the air, and then it makes you do weird shit.
Wait, that's a lady?
Well, yeah.
Missed that.
Yes, I think.
You
It's,
couldn't
well,
tell.
it's not a. It's like a. It's not a person. Well,
It's
it is,
yeah,
but it's not
like a being. But
it's like a being kind of thing because they're
It's
like
a half
Actually,
pre-human
hey-
and a half god, right? Isn't that what you said?
well, it's not a god, but like a first person. But yeah, okay. Actually, if you look at Glaze, that's Cubist in the background. You see the eyes and the mouth down there. That's
Mhm.
Cubist. That's what she originally looked like.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Now
Like Max
Glaze, wasn't in this Moon Knight, but it's also her first appearance in Mark Spector Moon Knight 52. She emits shiny slime that can entrap you or
And
stick
covers your
others to
donuts.
different objects. She's
Shiny
Glaze just
It
emits some
covers your
slime.
donuts with a shiny slime that you eat. That's delicious.
Yeah. I mean, I actually wish they kind of would get back. This is where I'm saying I'm disappointed with Moon Knight now, because like you get Gambit and you get all this like dark side and this like weird magical stuff when these people would show up. And that's the Moon Knight I like to see instead of whatever the shit's going on in Moon Knight
What's
right
Gambit
now.
gonna do against Darkseid?
Throw cards at him. Oh, I'm about to make a name for myself.
What?
Ooh, boy.
Dark side. Who said dark side?
You did.
No, I didn't mean dark side. No, I meant like darker character, like dark
Bad
lore
guys?
characters, kind of like black magic, like that
Black
type
magic.
of like that dark side and stuff, not like dark side
Dark
character,
Seed.
but dark and not dark seed, but like dark sided characters, like like the Werewolf by Night, like the fucking Hellbent shit like that. Glaze Ware, yeah, she
So you
glazes
just liked
everywhere.
it because Gambit is in it. So you like Gambit. That's why you like this one.
Well, no, I do, but no, like I like how like if you're not
What
going
about
to
the
do
thrusting
hold on.
werewolf, which is like, like
If you're not
yeah.
going to do Mark Spectrum where he's got the multi personalities, and we're going to do that portion of Moon Knight, which I really enjoy, then the second version, like the army stuff, I like, but I also like the stuff.
Wolfman has Nards. We already know that. Monster Squad taught us.
Okay. Once again, I also like this form where it's like the dark arts, like and it's not just like every dark arts he goes like to these weird places.
So black
I think
magic,
we're all
like voodoo.
yeah, I like that type of
Yeah.
shit. Like
We're all just kind of
like
stuck. I still think,
pre-humans
on-
screwing pre-humans or whatever and
stuck
creating
on Glaze and her
Glaze
powers to
emitting
emit a
slimy
shiny
shit.
slime that can entrap or stick others.
I added it because I know you all have a sense of humor. And like that's it. So now we had a couple first appearances there for you boys to go dig when you're in the dollar bin. So hopefully you find them. And then you can talk to everybody about Glaze and her emitting slime. The more you know.
Leaving her snail trail while she's scooting across the floor.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, that's what we got. Instead of hate crime, we got that. So there you go. Hope you enjoy that. I know you guys were asking for it, so I gave you a couple more. We might still be able to do that. It just depends on how much time in the day we have. Hopefully my schedule will get a little bit easier and I can go back
Fuck that
to
wee
that.
shit. I'm putting it all on Marco.
What's that?
I have a question.
I'm saying this is your segment. This is you doing the legwork.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. It's all what
I mean,
time
people
you
like
got.
that set. I mean, they like
They do.
all
They do.
they like
So,
they like
no.
the C list. They
What about
liked all the stuff. So I'm trying to throw it all
They
together.
like you highlighting the books that they should go looking for. We got people shopping already.
Yeah, I mean that's people like
Yeah, that's
you
the whole
know. I
point,
mean the
yeah.
C list.
That's great.
I felt I listen. This is what I'm going to tell you. I heard what you guys were saying about it getting a little bit stale because we were just doing whatever. We are going back to the basics. We are trying to incorporate for multiple people who have different opinions on what they like. We're trying to do it all for you. Every week, we're not going to be able to do that.
And the point, the point I like about with you doing the C list is similar to what I kind of like to do also on the side when I do my own solo videos.
Yeah.
It's books that we can go and dig in a box and people can actually find. Like,
and I think are
I'm not
fun.
telling you you're going to go get rich finding these books.
Yeah.
No, we just have fun. Like, we can have fun with our hobby, fun digging for comics.
That's what.
This comic's not going to make me rich, but fuck it. I just found a first fucking 8-ball in this box. So boom.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that, like the box that Corbin was digging in, like that guy pulls that type of stuff. When I was digging with the 2 T's, like they were doing this, like that's what they dig for. It's funny.
You can pull out that book and then show it to 2 T's and be like, look what I got. I found a
they were doing the same shit. Yeah. We were doing the same type of shit.
Look, 8-ball. Bitch.
Dude, when I got that Comic-Con book, you would have thought I found gold. You would have thought I found gold. And I was like, oh, look at Frank. Oh, I'm getting this book for Frank. And they're like, wait, what? What's in that book?
Like, what is that? It's First Maggot.
Dude,
I got first ATX. What is that?
Dude, I will tell you, those two
first
boys
prostitute X-Men.
Because we started digging through, like me and Flea started digging through mag books. Because they had a lot of heavy metal there that came in and stuff like that.
That's
too.
when you go like under.
And we started
like
going
under the table.
and then they did have
milk crates. And they got their fucking Dragon magazines, some old National Lampoons.
I will tell you this: the only problem with digging, like Coy's, is a great place. The only problem with it is like I have not dug in a place where somebody didn't know who I was in a very long time, and I have realized now that you actually have to pay for books. And that's also something I'm not quite sure I've paid full price for books with no discount in a very, very long time. So, but it's all right.
Welcome to the real world.
I know. I can understand now why you people complain because these prices are wild, bro. I'm like, I sent you guys a picture. I said, is this really what people are paying for this book? And you guys are like, yeah. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I mean, I'm not the dude that's gonna do did you see the sign where the guy said you go change their price or whatever? Like, I'm not doing that dumb shit. I'm just saying, like, wow, I did. I mean, hey, healthy market.
Hey, it is what it is.
I like it. Black Side. I buy that. I do. Yeah, I do sometimes. There are thousands of great. Yeah, there is.
Did I play what thing? I played the thing for this segment. We did.
What cosplayers?
Oh, with Corbin? That's a Corbin thing. You have
that's Corbin.
Oh, you can't ask me that. Well, first off, I think Corbin was interrupting everybody eating dinner or lunch or whatever.
Yeah, that's the thing. Hey, man, can I take your picture? I'm eating a sandwich.
I listen to both. Hey, I listen to our English fans too, but that's mainly on the Star Wars one. So, did you play the thing? Yeah, he played the thing. So we got it. I mean, so that's it. We'll continue to try. I'll continue to try to give it to you. It looks like your guys are digging us going back because I sometimes you have to remember, like, when I was doing more with CBSI and that type of stuff, it was back in those early days with trade.
That was
the G Plus
the glory days, the golden age for many of us when we remember.
And then, like,
all of us who used to listen to Unpressable Defects on our Wednesdays with Trey and Leg and Melvy. Yeah.
Well, I mean, some of us came from the CGC board, so that's where, whatever. And like, I just forget that some people don't even know.
Come on, that's a name we haven't talked about in a while.
Do we know we came from the what?
Some of us came from the streets.
That he ain't from the streets.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, I didn't come from the streets.
Old Al ain't from the streets, bro.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, the streets.
Those are the old school days. Those are the days.
So like going back and looking at some of this stuff, I was actually amazed. I'm going to probably post some books. Like I was Wednesday Warring back in 2015 and 16, like legitimately, like one of the better ones too. Like you will see, I might pull up some of those old reports because some of our books were the sales in that. Like there was a section there where we went for like 6 months and we would have in the top 10, we would have at least 4 books that was highlighted, and the sale that was getting highlighted was our books. Like they were our books. That's how good we were at Wednesday Warring. Not to brag, but I mean, it just was. So like, I did do that. I don't do that anymore, but I'm surprised now at some of the books that came out there. And some of the reason why I'm looking back was because at this last con,
there was a book, and it's a Spider-Gwen book. And I ran into the manager, and he was telling the story he works for a different comic book store. And he's like, this guy never gets upset. Let me tell you a story. And I go, it's a damn Spider-Gwen book. And he goes, it is. And it's the one where I think she's walking away or whatever. And it was a 1 in 100. And he took a week off.
Wait, the headphones?
Yeah, it was like $300 right off the gate. I think it's
the
$1,000 book raw now.
Yeah,
the In-Hawk Lee, yeah.
Yep. Okay.
So with that book, I mean, I guess maybe later we'll find it and we'll listen. We can talk about it. But I had, before it even came out, I knew it was going to be a hit because it just was how the trend was going at that point. So I had requested it. He's like, cool, I got it for you. It'll be pulled. I go into pull, and I go to get my pull. And as I'm going up, I'm taking my time because whatever, that's just how you do it. Because it was the only book I was really going to buy.
You're doing your regular shopping first.
Yeah, doing my regular shopping.
You're going to pick off the wall.
And this fucking guy, and no disrespect to this guy. He's goofy. He's a big Power Ranger fan. I've helped this guy out before because when there was the Power Ranger craze and couldn't get the stuff, got him for like cost, nothing, whatever. He's one of these dudes that wear shorts in the summertime, in short sleeve shirts, never owns a coat. It comes in just whatever. He's in front of me.
One of these dudes that wear shorts in the summertime.
Or in the wintertime, sorry. In the wintertime.
Oh, okay.
Why is BK talking about Horn?
BK's like always like a few. I don't know how Horn came about, but he's always maybe talking about something else.
Yeah, I haven't seen Big Leg in a long time.
But I did see he had an exclusive for G.I. Joe with like Wanted and I don't know, one of those shared things.
And you guys could tell me what you do about this. So this is this store because when did that come out?
You go to the store. You got a pull box. You
got it all. Got a pull. Guy's on vacation. I get there. The guy turns around. He goes, "Hey, look what I just bought." And it's the 1 in 100 In-Hawk Lee. And I was like, "Well, they better have a second one." And the guy behind the counter says, "What?" And I said, "I'm Marco. You have it on the pull list. It says it right there. The In-Hawk Lee Spider-Gwen variant." He goes, "Yeah, we got another one." They hand me my box. It's like the B cover. And I look at the dude and I go, "Where did you get that?" He goes, "Oh, it was on the shelf." They had put the 1 in 100 on the shelf and had given me some random ass. And if you remember the B covers back then, it was like, the fuck was it? Spark Artist or whatever it was.
It ain't what they do now. Hey, we'll give you the trade dress, and then the 1 in 100 is the virgin version.
No. It was like
back then it was.
Yeah, what did they call it? Like it wasn't new artist, but it was like young rock star artist. It was like
Stormbreakers,
some shit like that. Stormbreaker, some shit like that, right? Just like a Stormbreaker. And this dude sat there and looked at me. It's a goofy fuck and goes, "Oh." And he goes, "I just looked online. Do you know how much this book's going for?" I go, "Yeah, $300." He's like, "Yeah." And he just looks at me like that. And I'm sitting here going,
"Yeah."
And the guy behind the thing, sweating balls. I go, "I don't want this book." And I was like, "Could you call the other stores and see if they have the books?" And he's like, "I'm looking in the system. We only got one." And I was like, and you could see my name written because they had a reserve pull list. And it's on the paper. My name's there. The book's there. The guy literally takes his credit card, puts it in the card, pulls it and the guy's. It's one of those ones where you have to hit enter for it to go through, right? Like it's one of the card things where. So this is all sorted out here. I'm like, I don't want this book. You know, I have that book reserved.
You're sitting there going, you're still selling this guy my book.
From the guy takes the card, puts it into the slot while he's and I mean he's definitely on the spectrum at some point, right? So like I'm not blaming this dude about this. But I go, like that's my book. And he's like, "Yeah, it's a cool book." And I'm like, "It's a cool book." Now people are walking up and they're like, "No, I don't think you understand. Like he has that book reserved." And the guy's like, "Yeah, I'm really happy I got it though." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" And then he goes,
She's one of my favorite characters. Now, I just told you that I have gotten this guy a ton of Power Ranger books. Remember when the helmet books came out and all that bullshit? Got them all for dirt cheap. Remember they were doing the fucking polybag bullshit? Got them all for him. Huh? Yeah, got them all from him. He got them all from him. He got them dirt cheap for this dude. And somebody goes, "Hey, didn't Marco get you all your Power Ranger books?" And this dude goes, "Yeah, that's why I like them." And the dude took it, put it in his bag, walked the fuck out the door. And I look at the kid that's running on the desk, and I'm like, "So do you have another one?" He's like, "Well, what?" I was like, "Do you have another one?" And he's like, "Yeah, we don't." I was like, "Okay, fair enough. Well, I don't want this fucking Stormbreaker or whatever the bullshit that was." I was like, "I'll just take whatever I have in my poll listed out." And instantaneously, somebody in the line behind us called the manager on the vacation, and the manager's now ringing the phone in the comic shop going like, "What the fuck?" But what would you do? What are you going to do at that point? Yeah, what are you going to do at that point? What are you going to do at that point? But I also didn't think that book. I thought that book. I was going to. Well, here's the good news. I would have sold that book.
Who the hell is willing to? Again, you were willing to go 1 in 100 at the time, but
yeah, not a lot of people were that.
Steep buying to start. It's
cash. Well, also too, they never priced their ratios at ratio, so it would have. It's like $80. It was $80.
That's what I mean. It's like that's a lot for like a new book. It's just a new book.
Is this the book?
No,
yeah, that's the book.
No, is that the?
Yeah,
no,
that's the 1 in 100 in Huck Lee.
That's the 1 in 100 in Huck Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing. It's like
was it that one? I thought it looked something. It looks familiar. I thought it was from her backside though. Wasn't there one where it's from her backside?
No.
Okay.
No, you might be thinking of an X-23.
No. There's that one. It was the 1 in 100.
2018.
No, it had to be a little bit before that. There had to be a Spider-Gwen 1 in 100 a little before that. I think maybe it was. I get my ears mixed up.
That's the biggest Spider-Gwen one. The other one after that would probably be the Peach Momoko.
Yeah,
after that,
that's the biggest one. That's it. That looks familiar.
That's probably her biggest one.
I don't own the book, and I've never owned the book, so
yeah. Outside of Edge of Spider-Verse, the Greg Land, unless you're talking about that, that's the 1 in 25, which I won in a Raz and sold.
What does that one look like? No, it definitely was the one.
That's with her. She's like crouching, and she's got like bowling road. It's her first appearance.
Yeah, no.
Her first appearance.
Oh, the Greg Land? You're talking about the 1 in 25?
Yeah,
no, it's that one. I'm looking at the land right now. It's not.
I won one of those $20 in a Raz, and
wow.
I sold it quickly because I'm like, oh shit, I got like $800 for it.
Yeah, I wonder what those things. I wonder what those go for now. The 1 in 100s, but whatever. It went up to $800.
Like $1,000. It's like $1,000.
Oh, is it? Oh, wow. A 9/8 sold for $1,399. So that's.
I told you.
That's all right. $1,000. By the way, that guy was at the fucking con while the guy's name is Justin, who was the manager. While Justin's telling this story to, I guess I can say all these people's names because nobody gives a shit. While Justin was telling the story,
his name's Jerry. I don't know.
Yeah, he was telling the story to the comic book store. What's their names? That's in Plymouth, whatever they are. He's telling them the story. Dave, the guy who made the phone call to him as a manager, is behind us going, "That's just such bullshit." And as they're saying it, the guy still in fucking shorts, and it's like always in workout shorts, still with like shirt too small on sleeves, and his ponytail in a fucking bun walks by us while they're telling the fucking story. I'm just like, those are the breaks. But here's the good news. At most, I would have sold it for $800. So $15.
I did. I don't do that shit no more, but I did for a time.
No answers. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do at that point. I think they think, what do you do when you're in that situation? You don't. Here's the other thing though, too. And I don't know if it's just because whatever, but it was only $300 at that point. And how Wednesday Warriors used to work like that, you had to list it, right? You had to list it really fast. Did I know it was going to be $1,000 book raw? No, I don't think anybody could have predicted that.
No, I get it. So you were willing to let your,
but also too,
though, is that dude bought it for cover off the fucking wall though?
Yeah, I think he did.
That's a different story.
Yeah, I think he did.
No, because they rang it up. No. Sorry, that's not what
Okay.
happened. He did pay it for $80 because when they ring it up, the UPC that they have for it,
okay, they scanned it. Beep, beep.
yeah, they scan it. So,
Oh, so he still pulled it off the
but
wall, but it was
he didn't actually buy it till it, like he was told by multiple people, except for the kid ringing it up. But he saw the sheet, and everybody was like, "Dude, that's Marco's book," and he still proceeded to go.
Yeah, because I know you're saying, well, he might have been on the spectrum. Dude went on the spectrum. He was just playing that way. He knew what he was buying because he probably threw that shit up on eBay in the parking lot, taking a picture
No, he
with
still
his-
has it
right in front of the steering wheel like this.
No. You want to know how bad this is? I ran into the guy in 2021, and he's like, "Hey, man." And he brought the book up, said how that was $1,000 book at that point, and that he still has it. He's like, "Remember that book that like you were gonna buy, and then I bought it right ahead of you in line?" And I'm like, "What the?
I mean, you bought my book? Yes, I remember my book.
I remember that shit. Yeah, it ain't going away, dude. Yes, I remember that." He's like, "Yeah, I still got it. You know, it's $1,000 now." And I was like, "Fucking, if you weren't on the spectrum, son, I would kick you in the nuts." So yeah, no, I mean, he obviously, it's like talking to Sheldon when you talk to him sometimes, but he's not as smart as he's not smart Sheldon. So, but yeah. So no, he definitely didn't sell the book. He just is. I don't know. They always are surprised that I don't get it.
Shop just might have sold out because from what Mark was saying, like still the order numbers are still relatively low, so they could have just sold out because it is a popular series right now.
I don't hate Justin. Justin was the manager of the store. I like Justin. I like Justin. He's still a friend. I talk to him all the time. No, absolutely not. Justin is not. No, Justin was the manager of the store that went on vacation. He actually that day, 2 weeks ago, apologized to me while he was telling the story and said, "I'm still very sorry about this. This is, what was that, 2018? It's 2024. 6 years later, he's still apologizing for
it.
You're
which still talking about it, so
yeah, I was like, you don't need to apologize, man. Well, shit, dude, I ran into the dude in 2000, like 2 years ago. I ran into the dude, and he's telling me how it's $1,000 book. I can't remember what I know what the guy's name is. I'm not going to say what the guy's name is because there are people from Michigan that watch this, and I've described him a little bit. They know who he is, but I don't want hate going his way. So, yeah, I don't want hate going his way.
He's a villain.
Yeah, BK doesn't have any money. He didn't buy shit. Do I like man buns? Not in particular, I guess. I don't know.
I don't, and I had one for a while. I'll tell you, it's
what did our trail say?
Keep up with it.
Oh hell. Yeah. I see the bad part about it is that I got to continuously hear about it, right? Like, I don't think it would be so bad. I don't think it'd be so bad if I could just like never hear the story again or never see the guy and then him unintentionally flaunt it in my face. I think that's what kind of.
Yeah, that's the.
And that not only that, but they eventually. So that guy then was like, "That's not true," and he said that I had caused issues in the store. The problem with it was the manager, Justin, was on the phone with the Dave guy while I was there, and he heard me saying, like, "Yeah, it's not a big deal. No worries. Don't worry about it. We're good, man. I just don't want that book. We're good, man. We're good." And so then he started doing that, and they came back, and they're like, "Hey, man, what do you want us to do? You know, we were going to write him up and probably fire him for that." And I was like, "For what? Giving somebody else the wrong fucking book? I don't care. Like, I don't give a shit. Don't let the dude lose his job." Yeah. It actually happened like 2 more times.
Oh.
And then finally they're like, "Yo, man, we just want to," like, the actual owners of the store apologized, and they're like, blah, 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 blah. I was like, "No, that's cool, man." And they're like, "No, we're firing the dude. Like, it wasn't just you. He did it a couple other times and everything else. And he blames you guys a lot. And they're like, we just heard about that situation." And I was like, "Okay." But then again, the owners had switched prices on books while they saw me waiting to come in after eventually the owners got to a point where they would look at whatever I was like pre-ordering, and then they would take the books after it was priced, like it was supposed to be priced. They would look it up on eBay like literally an hour before the store would open, and then thumb the price off and reprice it. And after that point, I was just like, yeah, we're not doing this anymore. So, yeah, whatever. What are you laughing at, Pete?
I'm just laughing at like, say, what's he buying? Oh, let's go check what he buying.
Yeah, no. I saw her do it too. She like, and then like the cruddy part was, so it was bagged and board. What the shit book was it? I wish I could remember what book this was. I think it was a thank you book. Remember when they were doing thank you books?
I do remember they're doing thank you, but that's what I'm trying to remember. Like there was a time, like I remember going to like shop, like this is your business. How do you not know this? Like I remember going to shops and like I'd be buying. Like remember all those Image gold foil thank you number ones? Like I'd go and buy them. They just be on the fucking shelf, and I just pay, go buy them, pay for cover. Granted, they weren't worth a lot, most of them, but still, they were like, why are you putting this out here? I remember going to one shop and grabbing the goddamn Spawn thank you book. You remember the Spawn thank you book?
Yeah.
I grabbed it off the table. It was just put out, and I brought it up to the register. A dude looked at it and goes, "Well, it says free, so I guess it's free. Here you go." I'm like, "All right, thank you. I'm gonna go home and sell this for $120."
This isn't even a thing. What is VK? This isn't even a thing. I'm a renowned YouTuber. That's not even a thing. I don't need those. Those are words, but that's not a thing.
But at the same time, I do also remember there's plenty of times I've gone to other LCSs and I've gone on their wall, picked up the Wednesday Warrior book of the week and gone, here, I want to grab 2 of these, but you might want to look at this because this is this, and these are already $20. Like I'm just letting you know, but I still want these too.
So here's where I also had a problem. But here's where maybe I also had a problem with this place when the pandemic hit, and like there was people who before they started giving all you people checks, there's people who could not pay. Like they had sent out a message like, "Hey, we're sorry. We have like 92 delinquent accounts, and like there's not much we can do about it. If there's anything we can do to work it out, we obviously can't take this loss." And I don't know. I don't like talking about this, but so like you couldn't get to.
I know you don't like talking about this, but this is true though. What you're saying, that like there are plenty of people who might have pull lists.
Yeah,
and they let them go for like so long.
So what I did was I had a little bit of money laying around like I normally do. So I put it in an envelope, and then the stores weren't open, so you couldn't do it. But I had figured out, I knew that they had a mail drop box on the side door of their back door to go through.
Mm-hmm.
So I had put a note in there and said, "Hey, listen, these 20 accounts, just take the money out of there and make sure that they keep getting," and like, just for whatever, don't tell them, but just keep giving it to them and doing whatever else. And then I'm not going to tell you how much it was. So I said, there's extra money in there. I said, use this extra money as you see fit. And then as sure as shit, when they opened up and I caught her thumbing the fuck, because she's thumbing, this is the part that pissed me off. It wasn't just that they were changing prices. She was thumbing off the price that was already on it. And while she was doing it, she's denting the book. And that was after that. So, I haven't been to, and
here's a similar old.
It was my kid AC. So I had been going to that LCS since '92 when it opened.
Wow.
Now, you met my buddy who bought a comic book shop in Baltimore a couple years back.
Yes.
Before he bought that shop, when that shop was about to be sold, the previous owner started clearing shit out. Like they were literally going in the back, grabbing old pull lists, like you said. Remember, pull lists that hadn't been pulled, and just bringing shit out front and just putting it out for sale. I started going through old pull lists. This was this had to be like 2018, thereabouts. I started pulling from boxes that were they were just old diamond boxes, just full of comics, like in order of like what somebody's pull list was at the time. And I was going through it, and I'm like, New 52 Batman, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2018, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Wow.
Flipping through. Oh, Detective Comics 880. You know, the one with the Joker with the bats.
Yeah.
Got cover.
These were in somebody's pull list. They had been sitting in the back of this shop from 2006 until 2018.
Wow.
Till they brought them out. And do you know what they charged me?
Cover price.
Cover price.
See, this is why too. I bet I had let all this stuff go with this store, is because I also had gotten first dibs on any expired pull lists, and they let me, and I pay cover price. So they would, they include variants, they include everything. So like if the variant was in there, and it had been the 3 months or 4 months that expired, I got it for cover price. So I was spending a month. I was probably spending about $1,000, $1,200. Not just there, but like, but like mainly there. Yeah. I mean, they had pulled my thing and like because they had called afterwards and they was like, Rome one, did you ask this last week? I think you asked the same question last week, not to be rude about it, but I think you asked this. I think we said, yeah, it'll probably do good, but it's not going to hit the prices it did when at its height. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I just don't think.
No, it's past its peak.
Yeah, it's past its peak. But if
granted, when it does come to Netflix, that's what it's supposed to be doing. It'll probably see another bump, but
yeah,
I don't think like the number one in 9.8 is ever going to be $2,000 again.
No. I think we've missed that window.
We missed that window. I should have sold mine. I didn't. It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I just think like that's the things where like when people ask why, I mean, maybe I just don't get, you guys know me, I just don't get mad at any of that shit. Like, what's the $9 to me? Like, I don't get mad at any of that shit.
You can't get mad. You want to get mad. You only want to get mad if you were actually wronged in some way. And I would say I would not fault you if you were mad at the dude who bought your Spider-Gwen book because you were legit wronged in that case.
Right, but I mean, I just like I don't get mad over.
I know you let it go. I know, I get it. There's nothing wrong with letting
like,
it go. I'm not going to fault you for letting it go.
I mean,
if you were still mad, you would.
It does stink. It does stink having to hear the story. I mean, I can't say that I enjoy hearing that story or enjoy the fact of having to tell the story of like
you sold Little Dot for $10.
No, I sold it for a lot more than that, buddy. But yeah, I think that's why those stories about like the little dots in there, like Dub knows more of the stories because he's at the cons where like people tell crazy ass stories about me and they're true, but like, no, they are, they are, but like, are they? Most of them are, or there's at least a lot.
I mean, there's plenty of stories that go out. I mean, I'll tell you.
But I think that's why. I think that's why is because like when you have a book that literally somebody handed you a box of books because they said like, hey man, will you take these? And you're like, yeah, sure. And then all of a sudden you're selling a $4,000 book. Like, do you get mad when some dude like
it balances out?
It's all relative, man. You don't want to get mad, especially you don't want to get mad over other people's. Like, I know we talk about the Moon Knight book. Some other dude bought the first appearance of Moon Knight for $30 at a fucking flea market. And I could have been the dick who's like, I'll pay you 50, but I wasn't. I was like, if he passes, I'll buy it. If he doesn't, well, it's gone. It's gone. I'm not gonna fault.
I always found that interesting. I always, I don't know how many years I've been on the interwebs now, but I've always found that interesting on the internet because especially around the time where you had a bunch of people reusing that one picture of We Price at front and people with this fake outrage of like, oh, I was going to buy this or this dealer. Remember that for a long time on the old channel.
No, I get it.
And we knew behind the scenes, but here's the problem.
I don't got the fucking time. Like, wait a second. You mark this price. Now I got to sit here and wait for you to reprice shit.
Well, okay. And by the way, I'll tell a story after that, but we had known like a lot of those people, even some of them that are still probably on YouTube nowadays, like they don't actually buy or sell books. Like it's a secondhand story that they had heard from somebody else. Sometimes they were telling our story, to be honest with you. They were telling a story they heard from us and they were telling like the Detroit Boys stories. That's how some of them got popular. But like at the same point, like they got ridiculously mad and then they'd ask me why we don't get mad about the stuff. And I had told them this story too. With that situation, I was in a shop one time and I had pulled out about 10 books and the guy's like, hey, and they had prices on them. He's like, hey, I have to look these books up. I said, hold on, man. I actually really like the prices on your stuff. Let me get those back. I'm gonna get some more. And I ended up pulling out 100 books just randomly out of a ton of boxes and took it to the front. And he's like, hey man, I have to look all these up. And I was like, because he's the shop owner, I said, cool, man. Hey, this is what I'm gonna do. It looks like it's gonna take you a while. I'm good. Like whatever your prices are, man, we're good on it. I'm gonna run out and get some food real quickly. So I'll be back. How long is it gonna take you? He's like, oh, it's probably gonna take like an hour, 30 minutes. Perfect, man. I've got 2 other things. Just you reprice them all at your prices. I'll be back in an hour and a half. The fuck I went back to that place.
Yeah, see, same shit happened to me.
I
in
get
the
mad
toy
at it.
store, where they weren't prices weren't marked, and I picked out a whole bunch of books because they were just in a box. There were all these long boxes. I picked out all these books. He's like, I gotta go price them real quick. And I'm like, man. And he comes back and he's like, oh, and he gives you whatever. There's like, there's $240. I'm like, I'm good. Bye.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I had to like wait around. But granted, while I waited around, I looked at some pretty fucking toys.
But that's how you handle those situations. Like, I'm not gonna, dude, catch me arguing with like, you look like an asshole if you're gonna be arguing in a comic book store. I don't give a shit. You look like an asshole if you're gonna be arguing over price in a comic.
Well,
I'm not gonna do it. You ain't gonna see me doing that shit.
Here's the thing. Out by me, like there was a shop. I don't say the shop because it's near my work. It's in Pennsylvania, actually. It waits. I went there. They had a sale, and to be fair, they honored the price. They were like, "We're having a sale at the time, 80% off, whatever things are marked." This is years ago. I went digging in their boxes, found a fucking stack of Ultimate Fallout 4s. Original, Miles' first appearance. At the time, this was a $50 book, right? First Miles Morales. It was $50. They were all marked $40 with 80% off. So all of the books were $8 a piece.
Yeah.
I grabbed there was like 30 of them. They were all polybagged, all there. There was like 30 of them. I grabbed like 10 of them shits, brought them up front, and they said, look, I can't sell you all these for this price. I could sell you 5. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll take the 5. Took the 5, bought them, went about my day. The sale was still going on. I came back the next day. All them shits were gone. I was hoping to go back more. I found them.
They either pulled or sold them, yeah.
Yeah, but I still got but they still gave me 5. And at the time I got my $50 and was happy. Granted, a year or so later, I would have made much, much more money, but at the time I was happy. I dug, I found, I scored, I made money. What else did I want? It's different. I mean, shops are going to do what they're going to do. They're going to limit you. I mean, they're a business. I mean, you can't fault a guy. It's their business.
I mean, like, I don't like it. I don't like the fact that you had already priced books, and when I'm coming up with just whatever books it is.
Yeah, if it's already priced, and then you bring it up, and then they say it's something different.
There's one store owner that
bothers me. It's their right to do it, but it's also my right to then say, well, I'm not going to pay that price.
Okay, cool. There's a guy.
Walk out.
There is a I actually even want to use his name. I really want to tell people his name, but I'm not going to do it.
Guys,
he's a piece of shit, but like, it doesn't matter. We shouldn't be calling out pieces of shit. I will tell. Let me answer the stick question real quickly. People talk about FOMO, but what about seller's remorse? And I've always talked to my friends about this too, and I don't get it. I don't get FOMO and I don't get seller's remorse because it just doesn't make sense to me. Like,
yeah. I mean, you can remember it.
Sell it. And
like I said, I remember plenty of things I sold. I mentioned the 1 in 25 Spider-Gwen. I sold for $800. You know what that high of that book ended up going to? And it was, I'm sorry, it was not a raw 1 in 25. It was a 9.8 1 in 25 of that book that sold for $800. That book eventually reached like 15 grand. Yes. Had I held on to it, I could have cashed in for more, but I won it. So it was all profit. So I'm not going to complain about it because that allowed me to buy shit that I actually wanted because I gave a shit about Spider-Gwen. That's why I sold it.
Yeah. And here's part of the thing too. Like,
hey, thanks, Bruce.
Because of how I've made stuff out, like because of how I buy and sell, like I always know that there's a certain element that I have to sell anyhow. So like just to make and keep what I want to. So no, I don't really ever have that with that. The owner job is to keep their keep up. BK, you've never had a job in your life. You don't have any clue what you're talking about. Okay. It's not Mr. Hanky. This guy's a notorious guy in the area. He
Not Mr. Hanky, the Christmas boy.
Why? Who got the
There's a whole list of people that most of them I never heard of. You want me to read off the names?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Read them off.
Shortbox Bernie. This is my name. The Comic Book Barbarian.
Corbin.
Well, we know that's
Mark
Corbin.
Sanchez.
What the hell happened to Corbin? Why didn't he show up? We were talking about
supposed to be here. We're talking about DC today.
I don't know. Yeah.
Green
Mark
Lantern
Sanchez.
508. Yeah, Mark Sanchez.
Okay.
Josh Casto. West Coast Big Rob in all capitals.
Oh, we know who
I
that
know
is.
West Coast Big Rob.
Zach and Bry.
Who?
Zach and Bree. Zach and Bry. It's all like one word. Zach and
Okay.
BRI. Nemesis Prime. And Comic Book Crackhead. All received. Thank you to Bruce Burr.
No, but West Coast Rob. He's one of the nerd herd. Oh, well, the old he used to be part of nerd. I don't know if he still is. But he was one of the old nerd herd guys.
Yeah.
I think he came on the Star Wars. No, he wasn't Rogue Slaw, but
No,
I
he was a
remember
different
doing stuff with him over on the nerd herd thing.
They
did like a trivia show. I was over on their channel doing.
Yeah, this is like when you're looking at saying, "Hey, you need to leave the books up front. We need to look them up," and they're already priced. That's
what do we got?
Right, that's where the problem comes in because then you're doing picked out all the books that may or may not be
like if like there's plenty of places that have a limit, and actually there should be like if they don't have a problem with you wiping their stuff out, fine, but like I don't have a problem if I come up with 10 copies of something, which I never try to do, but like. I come up with 10 copies and they're like, hey man, you can.
Are we calling it quits soon or you want to go for another couple of minutes?
Oh, we could go 2 more minutes. It's fine. We don't care. People.
Well, you know what? It's been a while since you've given away something. So I want to give away a book.
That one dude, Cosmic One's a creeper, dude. He's a real life creeper.
All right. Hey, let's do that then.
What?
We're going to do, because I'm going to do a giveaway. So we need a hashtag. You guys got to do a hashtag. What do you want to do? Hashtag creeper?
That guy that Styx is talking about used to take pictures from across the bar of me and then send people and say, hey, look, I'm hanging out with this dude. And then whenever I turn around, people would text me. Whenever I turn around, he'd be gone. How
about hashtag FOMO? Let's just go with FOMO. We were talking about FOMO a little bit.
Yeah, that's okay, Archel. That's not what we're talking about.
If you guys want a free book, put in hashtag FOMO, and I'll give you one of these 1 in 10 Grommet 5s because I apparently bought like half a dozen of these by accident because I didn't pay attention to what I was doing. So I have extras that I do not need. So I'll give one of these away. These are like $40.
Hey, there you go. Omega.
So hashtag FOMO.
Hey, look at this.
We're going to run it in a couple of minutes.
And
I will reach out to me. I'll give me your address and I'll mail this to you for free.
Hey, Archel.
That's all capitals, Pete.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. As long as you do hashtag FOMO, it doesn't matter.
Kay, you gotta redo it. There you go. Kay did. Hey, Matthew, what's good?
We got 8, 9. All right, we got 9 in there so far.
Like that?
Yep.
It's a difference if the books aren't priced than if you're last minute changing prices.
Yeah. You got a free 1 in 10. What the hell? I got and I got an extra one today. I got my DCBS order rolled in. I'm like, shit, I bought one there too. What the hell? Like, I didn't realize, like, pervert me with that cover.
So while we're waiting for FOMO, should I tell this guy's story, Dub?
Go ahead, tell a little high voice.
Hey, guy. You buy stuff and you like go in there to buy stuff and be like, hey, that's worth $100. I'll give you $5 for it.
Yeah, and then it's like we would go through and buy stuff and just digging, like I do for Under the Radar. So some stuff wouldn't, like, that's the good part is like if you're looking at what I'm digging, you're gonna be like, what the fuck? Like it gets really confusing real quick because I will take the first appearance of 8-Ball, like something I'll find. So every time I'd go up, I'd be like,
I laugh at that when people look at like the shit that I'm digging. I'm like,
but he's like,
don't know why I'm buying this.
Oh, you got the good ones from me. I should have priced these higher. And he'd say it every fucking time, no matter what I was buying. And I'm just like, yo, dude, like, what? Like, what the fuck are you talking? What do you say?
And I gotta be
like pretty much saying that we're stealing from him.
Like,
and my buddy Sean
I'm
would
just
just
buying Advanced Dungeons and Dragons comics because I like them. Leave me alone.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
They're not worth
So-
anything. Like,
So Sean's like, who gives a shit
Leave
what
me
he says? I
be.
go, yeah, because I go, like, I just don't want to come in here and hear that shit all the time. But what he also would do is take the books afterwards, like he'd go through them. Oh yeah. And he'd go like this. Looks like you got some good ones from me again. Man, I should have priced these higher. You guys are really getting me over on this one. I'm like, I'm not getting you. First off, 3 of those books are over. So eventually I go, hey, if you think that's the case, take the books off that you think that we're getting you on. I don't want to get you for shit. Take them. But he'd also take it and do this. He also had a habit from ordering wings and pizza in his fucking shop. And he would order like double onion, like anchovy pizza, like just the stinkiest shit pizza.
let me
ever,
just
right?
rub this book.
Right. So then there's this one time he's in there and he's doing that shit. And I had already had enough. And he starts to lick his fucking hands. And he goes, oh, I go, hey, man, I told you not to do that again. He's like, oh, it's just, I go, no, you know what? You're right. They're your fucking books now. You keep them. He's like, what? I was like, keep the fucking books. See if anybody's going to buy that dog shit. But I won't be coming back and buying that horse shit. Take those dented books. Find out what fucking boxes I took, because it was a mess of a store too, mind you. Like he would have, he just had fucking long boxes thrown everywhere. Like you literally would have to spend 3-4 hours to dig through this place. I was like, so find out where. He's like, well, you're not gonna put it back. I'm like, the fuck, I'm gonna put it back
here.
Like the fuck, I'm gonna like. I don't swear like this when I talk. I'm like, the fuck, I'm gonna put them back. I was like, take those greasy ass, disgusting fucking fingers, your high pitched bitch ass voice. Those books that you think are fucking underpriced, shove them up your ass, reprice them, and then put them back the fuck out here. I'm like, because I had 2 friends in there. I'm like, I'm the fuck out of this place. Never coming back. Never did. He then sold his store and is currently being sued because he pulled the same shit. He was like, started taking books out of like the deal. So yeah, I mean, like, not a good dude in any ways, but yeah, that was it. It was horrible, man. Yeah, fucking,
right.
Yeah.
We're gonna do this in a second. There's only a dozen.
Dre McDan is from fucking Michigan.
Yeah,
there's 30 or 40 in here.
Dre McDan's from Michigan. He fucking knows.
All you got to do is type in hashtag FOMO, and you'll be in the wheel. And we're gonna run the thing in a minute. Hashtag FOMO, free $40 book.
Do we know who Dre McDan is? That's not his real name.
I don't know
Obviously.
who that is.
So, Dre, do we know who you are, like in real life, not on internet life?
Or do they know you? Do you know them? And
Well, yeah, I mean, same.
do
thing
I know you in real life?
Do I know you
that's-
in real life? Because they know exactly who the fuck we're talking about. Like,
Yeah.
too quick on that.
Oh, the wheel. Yeah, Matthew, that's a good point.
Oh, dude, he'd have a fucking
I know,
sausages,
Matthew, I
wings
do
dripping
know
everywhere,
you, but
extra
that's
garlic.
complicated.
It's not Dr. Dre. I think it might be Darnell, to be honest with you. I think that's
I don't
who-
think
Want
that's
to keep
Darnell.
that shit.
You
You
know?
know, start my own thing.
he knows who the guy is. Darnell knows.
After math.
Darnell knows. Yeah.
Darnell fucking knows. Darnell knows everything, though.
All right. Well, nobody else is jumping in. So
Is
we're
that
just
it?
gonna do
All
this
right,
thing.
last chance.
Yeah, I gotta get on to bed here.
Yeah, we gotta get to bed. So again, there's only 12 of you. Again, if you win, just make sure you message me your address, so this way I can just mail you the book. Like, it's on me. Like, I'm even pay the shipping. Here we go. Let's see. Again, if Bruce wins, we're gonna spin it again. Cosmic One.
Cosmic One.
Cosmic One, congratulations. You've got what I like to think of as the Porky's book, because
There you
that's
go.
what I think of when I see this cover. At the pool, I think of Porky's. Is it 2?
I wonder if Dre McDan knows Darnell. He does.
Cosmic One, you know how to get a hold of Pete on the Instagram, I'm sure.
If you don't, there's
Congratulations,
also
everyone.
an email. If you don't have Instagram, I could give you the emails. The Rennavision one email.
No, Cosmic One sends all his hate mail about me to Pete, so he's got.
He doesn't send hate mail. I don't think I've gotten messages
I don't
from
think
Cosmic One.
Yes, you have. I've got message. I think I've got message by Cosmic One.
Oh, I'm trying to
See,
think
yes,
if I
sir.
do.
He just said. He said. I said he sends all his hate mail there. I said, yeah.
He
said,
doesn't
yes, sir.
send hell. hate mail. I don't think I get hate mail.
Uh,
But still, if you got it, yeah, just send me a message with your address and I'll mail that to you.
Lucifer can't fucking win. He's part of the channel.
Yeah, well, he still entered. If he won, I had more. I told you, I bought like half a dozen of them dumb shits. Not dumb, but I was trying to buy 3, and it did it a couple of times apparently.
When is Nights next? I have to go pick up some shit from Keith.
I haven't been to that show in over a year.
Nights?
I don't know.
Nights Hall.
Yeah, Nights Hall show. It's a
Like the Knights of Columbus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Yep.
They just called it the Knights Hall show when the current guy bought it. They changed it to that. Guys.
My son's first birthday was at a Knights of Columbus Hall because it was like, well, we all fit in there.
Yeah, I haven't been Clausen in a while either, so
I haven't, but I think I know who the guy is. Like, I think the guy is friends with Darnell. I think he gives Darnell a ride every once in a while. I think that's who it is. I think it is who I think it is. All right, cool. That's all we got. I'm done. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm going to
bed. Tapped out. That's fine. I'm tapped out too.
Maybe we'll give a giveaway again next week or in a month or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
Thank you everybody for tuning in.
Dollar been digging tomorrow, Pete.
Yes, it's already filmed. Like, it's ready.
Nice. Dollar been digging tomorrow.
If you're also new members, you guys can go check it out now because it should be available for members. So
nice.
Good. Tell Bill his cousin Marco says hi.
I was trying to do something different with Dollar Bin Digging to get it done early so I could do the spoiler review show tomorrow, like separately. I was trying to avoid the double dip, but then I decided to do those Wicked Chasing Ghosts anyway on Tuesday.
Oh yeah, Wicked.
Too many fucking things to do.
All right, cool.
Not enough days in the week.
Tell him to send me a pic, Artrell. He'll do it. I'll sell it.
Hot 10 on Friday night, 9 o'clock. Right afterwards, you'll see the qualified. SNS on Saturday, Star Wars show on Sunday, and then Monday is Pete's Wednesday watch list, and back here again on
yeah, we'll have to figure out. I mean, it's Thanksgiving week, so it's going to be a little bit.
Yeah, we got to figure out the holiday. Yeah.
So we'll figure everything out. But next week on Black Friday, don't miss the qualified after the hot 10.
Our boy Mark
Spears is going to be joining the boys on the Friday show.
Can't wait.
Talk about his Kickstarter.
That dude's legend, bro. He's like so.
He did say something about maybe having a giveaway or something on that show.
Oh, yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
He did say something about that. So if you tune in that Friday night, you got to watch it live to try to win a Mark's probably one of his own books. I'm guessing that's what he's going to give away. So I don't know.
People. He's good people. He'll be on the show.
Cool.
But with that, I think that's everything, right, boys?
Yep. Thank you all for hanging out.
The old people show it is left over.
That's right. The old men. Old men. The gray beards.
All right. We'll see y'all later.
All right. Later.
Thanks for hanging out. Peace.